Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the garage. Thanks for hanging out. We got Juice, we got Rick, we got Gina, we got Alex, and we got Tracy, and whoever else drops in on us. So, what's up, everyone?
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah? What's up? He
Yeah.
says, yeah.
yeah,
We made it through another week.
Yeah, we did.
almost.
Almost, yeah. It's still
Saturday at
early.
midnight.
Yeah, but look
Ooh.
outside, everybody. Isn't it cool that it's still light out? And
It's
look-
raining. It's damp. It's
it's raining.
dreary.
Raining?
It's like being in England.
It's not.
We're clear here.
Well,
I
it's
see
good
that.
for you.
What
I know
you like
you're happy
Winnie the
for me.
Pooh? You know, Winnie the Pooh has
Trace,
that.
where are you? Where are you? On 111th?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm very close to Moraine Valley Community College,
All right.
close to Sacred Heart Church, Stagg High School.
So you're not too far from the Valley Inn, though.
Correct. That is correct.
Oh my God, I love the Valley Inn.
Yeah.
Have you been there lately?
I have
No,
not.
I haven't been
not
there
for
in
a couple
25 years.
We should do it like a live remote.
I went
From
there. I
the
went
Valley
there
Inn.
about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
During like the main COVID thing.
Oh, wow.
And the waitresses and the people that were working there were wearing the masks, and
Uh-huh.
nobody in there was wearing a mask. They were just drinking beer and just pretending like it's not even doesn't even exist.
My dad has COVID. He just,
Oh, really? What the
Who
heck?
does?
my dad.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
What?
thank God it's not the strain that they started out with, you know, the one that was like all that
Yeah.
upper respiratory, respiratory.
Respiratory.
Yeah, right.
Trust me, I know the word, but I can't spit it out. Yeah, so it's good that he didn't have that one, but still,
Good.
COVID.
Did he end up getting vaccinated?
He's gotten vaccinated and 2 boosters. So
Yeah, I got to
Mm.
actually get
And
my fourth. I got my original 2 boosts, and I'm ready for my 4th one.
yeah, so you know, Marty, who has not been vaccinated or got COVID, I don't know, but I think it's just because he's not around people. You know,
Well, that's exactly what it is. I honestly, I could probably get away with not having it. I mean, without the shots,
right?
because I don't really sit by anybody at work, and I live in I work in a really big shop, so
Right, so it's not
I can
like-
easily stay away from people,
Right.
and even if they're near me, there's a lot of air movement. You know what I mean? There's no elevators. I mean, the closest you'd get to anybody is if you're in a stall.
Right.
But and then when I come
Does
home, I'm here.
CTA,
Yeah.
does CTA require wearing masks at this point?
Well, not anymore, but they required everybody to get the shots.
Okay.
And up
Wow.
until a month ago, we
Oh,
did
wow.
have to have the masks on.
Well, Tracy, are you meaning on the trains itself, or just like in the shop?
Well, I think the policy on the train is still to wear the mask, but I was curious for the employees if they were also doing the mask policy.
Well, they were not letting us not wear a mask. Wait, did I say that right? We had to wear a mask mainly because the operators still had to wear their masks.
Right.
Okay.
it's only
So
fair.
we were under the same rules as the operators. And
per
we were
unit?
Yeah.
we were not in any danger compared to them.
Right.
You know, they had thousands of people going past them a day, and they were in these confined
Right.
buses and trains where we were in this giant shops. But because they
Yeah.
did it, we had to do it.
Right. Well, it's not like it hurt anything.
No, and I honestly, I probably would. I still wear mine, but I don't
I
wear
wear
it.
mine.
I don't
I
wear
wear
it.
mine in the house.
I don't wear it here. Like when I'm working, I wear it down here, and then when I talk to people, I'll move it up.
Okay.
But most of the day, it's like on my chin.
I should go get boosted.
Yeah, you should.
It ain't gonna hurt anything, especially if you plan on going anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Right.
I get the mail.
I killed a bug that landed on my monitor on Juice's forehead.
Oh,
Bug
nice.
killer.
Did you feel anything?
All of
he
us.
He did make a strange look.
He
I
barely
know. All of a
flinched.
sudden, I seen Juice's head go like this.
It makes me icky.
Wow.
Makes me want to take some mushrooms and actually see it happen.
Right. So,
Oh,
did everybody survive all this rain?
it is raining.
Alex, are you sending all your weather to us? Have you been having like rain and all that stuff prior to? It's like going. Whoosh.
It rained much all afternoon yesterday for about 3 hours or so. But all this rain that we got today and stuff is coming from the north.
Oh, really?
It's coming off the lake.
Frickin'
wow.
cheeseheads.
Yeah. No, thank you. Oh well.
It's Wisconsin rain, so it tastes like cheese.
Ew. That's kind of gross.
Like cheddar.
You're gonna have too bad we ain't live. You'd have somebody out there with their nachos right now. Don't taste like cheese.
Oh, I think next week, next time we do it, I think I'm gonna do a live version of it.
There we go.
Because everyone knows the rules about now, anyways. As long as we don't, talk bad about anybody.
Rick Hroch is. Oh, sorry.
So tonight's the night. We gotta let it all out. Get the
Right.
let out.
Everybody's pretty good.
I don't know. Don't anybody drink because that's when you lose it. Well, there's no drinkers here.
I'm out. I'm out.
Right. Casey's like, forget it.
As long as we can.
Just a few splashes of Woodford Reserve. It ain't gonna hurt anybody.
As long as we can keep Tracy away from talking about the people in justice, we're good.
The mean streets are. It's hard to let go.
I know. That's what is that? PTSD?
Pretty much.
Traumatic street disorder.
More like PO'd or PO something.
You can
Oh,
put
man.
your own syndrome.
We had this girl we worked with at down in Florida. Her name was Celeste, and she was the meanest thing left of a Wolverine. I mean, she wasn't happy unless everybody was unhappy.
Oh man.
And every time somebody would mention her name, I'd say, "Don't be doing that. I got post-traumatic Celeste syndrome."
Ha!
They started laughing. Then we were getting ready to go home one Friday, and our buddy Joey's like, "Yeah, I can't wait to have a beer." Oh yeah. And we're all like, "Yeah. We can't wait to have a beer." She looks and goes, "You guys are all alcoholics." And Mark Boyson gets in line and he goes, "Hi, I'm Mark. I'm an alcoholic." And we followed suit right in front of him.
Oh wow.
Oh, did that piss her off?
Nice.
Yeah,
Like
a scene out of a sitcom.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's work relationships are interesting, I feel like work relationships, that's where you are the truest you, kind of. Like if you have a shitty day at work, you don't bring it home, right? I don't know. You don't have to pretend. The people you're there with are there because they have a job as well. So they get like the raw you. You spend
It's really cool when you're the boss.
It depends on where you work, though.
Well, like you work by yourself. So
right. No, but I mean, even that. I mean, I work in like even though it's a shop, it's like a warehouse kind of thing.
Right.
So you're not you don't have bosses like in the same vicinity of you.
You don't have to deal with personalities.
Right. If you worked in a store or something like that,
Or
you'd have to be exactly. Even offices can get raunchy, but definitely if you're working in a place where there's public, you've got to tone it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's
right.
But I agree with you though. Most jobs, you are going to be more,
I mean, think about it. You spend, I spend most of my time at work, right? So when I come home, it's either only a couple of hours and everybody goes to sleep, or I leave before people wake up. So I really see people at work more than I see my family, even if I don't work crazy hours. It's just how it ends. And my kids are, not little anymore. So
Well, that makes a big difference.
yeah, but I mean, I think it's funny, and you can't like walk away from any of those people either. So you're kind of like forced in a situation. So, but
Yeah.
I've been fortunate. It's more like owners of companies that are, in my case, but I'm lucky right now.
Well, what's interesting, I just got a remark because what's in CTA in the shops, it's a lot of blacks and Mexicans that work there, right? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a fact. If you're a white guy and you're working in a shop, you're the minority. Well, I get along good with everybody. I always make jokes, and I don't care what color anybody is. I'll make jokes about everybody. And I had this one woman who I didn't really get along with at first, but we became, good friends now. And she said to me this week, she says, "You know what? I forget that you're a white guy sometimes."
It happened a long time ago.
And I told her, I said, my family's from Georgia, so I'm sure we have some black in us somewhere.
Yeah, when I worked at the railroad, that's how it was. And yeah. And when I get mad, they're like, are you sure you're not mixed? Because you got that kind of attitude down. I'm like, could you guys bring up?
Well, I mean, to me, it's our culture. I mean, it's the neighborhoods we grew up in. It's the schools that we went to.
I'm glad.
And some people never had the experiences.
I'm thankful for that diversity.
I could remember going with the basketball team to other schools, and you could feel like the racial tension, and then like somehow being a part of the team, you sort of became a part of that.
Right.
And then it was like, okay, now it's discrimination for everybody affiliated with the school. And I've had plenty of people in my experience, putting us down. And a lot of times it's inadvertent. Somebody that used to call on me, a really great guy, dear friend, absolute dear friend. But, he told me the story about leaving Justice because of, the school district. Yeah. And I had to tell him that's where I came from.
I had to tell him.
Yeah.
Well, that's like my cousin.
I didn't know how far and deep he was going to go,
Right. Well, my cousin went to Revis, and she's like, what? Like, comparing them to us. I'm like,
how come I twitch every time I hear that word?
What?
Ah!
What?
Revis. I get all
so,
flashbacks.
My parents went to Revis.
Careful.
We lost Alex.
Yeah, what happened? I think Archie may have ate his phone.
They were cooking dinner, so they might be eating.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, is that code for something?
I hope not.
I
hope not. They're on my deck.
Yeah.
My parents said, when I was on my honeymoon, my dad's like, they're sitting with.
Well, it is getting
like,
darker.
I wonder what they're doing right now. Somebody's like, they're on their honeymoon. What do you think they're doing? Nothing.
You'd hope, right?
Well, no. But anyway, we went to Disney.
It's like open up a can.
Oh, we did too, Gina. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. We drove.
Oh, we didn't drive. There's no way I'm driving.
Oh my gosh, it was terrible. There was a blizzard.
Where?
Going to Florida.
Florida's a nice drive.
Well,
I got a rule. 500 miles max. No more trips longer in a car.
That's a good idea.
I can't deal
so
with
that's that's not what's our thing? It's not present. It's not the time thing we talk about.
It's not. Yeah. What is that? Man, we're old.
Tracy, you started it.
I know.
Current.
Okay. We're all having old brain cramps here, man.
No, it's current times, not
current.
It's my personal policy.
Yes, but what Dan wants to know, so is that current time or is that?
Not recent. No.
Yeah, recent.
It's not recent. That's what he says.
There you go.
No,
So
this
that's
rule is very recent.
that's like a no, I'm saying you've got different rules. Like so many years is not recent anymore, and so many
Yes.
miles is not drivable anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, there you go.
So it goes along with
Yeah, so
the world
I
according
kind of
to
broke
Tracy.
the rule. Yeah,
When did you
I'll
break
make
the
an
rule?
exception because I did drive to Memphis in December of 2016. But even that, oh boy, that was rough.
I don't think Memphis is 500 miles.
I measured it to be 530 miles.
So you can't go an extra 30 miles?
No, it's
I
past
did.
500.
Oh,
And it was excruciating.
you bent the rule.
I
Yep.
did.
Well,
Yeah.
that's living dangerously, Trace.
Yeah.
I know.
That ex-
I can remember.
Next, you're going to
I
be
made-
getting tattoos.
we'll
I
have
mean-
somebody here at the kegger party will give.
That's a big question in the acting world. Do you have visible tattoos?
Really?
And then, yeah, oh yeah. And a lot of times the makeup artist has to really, put a paint job on the person to hide them.
And then Tracy will answer, well, it depends on what I have to show.
That's true.
That's
My
right.
early days when only a loincloth was necessary, you could see my tattoos.
Woohoo.
I went to a party once and a guy said to my friend,
Yes.
I have your name tattooed on my ass. She's like, okay. And she's like, well, you don't even know my name. And he pulled down his pants and it says your name. She had to give him $10.
Oh, it's
Huh.
your name.
Yeah,
Smart.
that's what his tattoo said. Your
Nice.
name.
Really?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
That's a moneymaker, man.
Yep. So
Thus the phrase, shake your money maker.
what would be each person's money? I don't have a money maker. I'm just saying. Does anybody have a money maker?
Oh, my tongue, definitely.
Oh, jeez.
That-
Ah!
You didn't even
Anybody
hesitate.
else?
yeah, oh man, give me some banaka and oh yeah, hang on to them. Hang
know
on
how-
to them.
You know how many shows it's been?
Hey.
And Rick's just been hoping that someone would ask about that.
Money maker, huh?
Uh,
Well, what you lack in one
wow.
place, you have to overcompensate in another.
no, it's all good, man.
It's all good under the hood.
oh yeah.
I love your
Oh,
drink.
good. In the neighborhood.
Ugh.
I don't know. Okay, well, Rick's the only one that has a money maker.
So you guys missed it.
What?
We had Tracy over here doing his again, what do you call that again?
Yeah,
Trace?
you didn't film much though. You can't
No, he's
reveal
just
it or
telling that they were going to.
No, we did it,
yeah.
and
That's
then
the only part you
we
share.
couldn't show it.
Right.
Okay, licensing and shit, right?
I don't know about that. We just didn't want to.
Well, why do you want to put it out there before it's presented to somebody?
Well, exactly. That's
that's
exactly
true.
what it was.
Yeah, because I literally was performing the script. So it's called a self-tape.
Self-tape. Yeah.
And so that I was able to submit a self-tape to the director for this feature film that's being worked on this summer. And one of the locations they're going to film in is Tinley Park. And so the proximity is, awesome. And it
That would be cool, man.
Oh man, it would be. I
We
haven't
could
heard
walk up
back,
and down the
but-
sidewalk with signs that say, "We love Tracy. Go Tracy."
Yeah, we'll end up getting arrested.
Selling
that'd be
T-shirts on the
amazing.
corner.
When he gets in his car and pulls away, we'll all say, "Tracy, we love you," like they're doing to Johnny Depp.
Oh man. Their whole situation just makes whatever, relationship you have, with your significant other or spouse, you just say, well, we're doing a lot better than they are.
Well, exactly right. Yeah, yeah.
They're providing comfort. their
Anybody
own
that
unique
craps
way.
on your pillow, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
just-
right.
That's
just-
just a whole nother level of nuttiness.
That's just whack
Well, yeah,
job.
especially if she, had a certain diet within the 24 hours.
Shut up.
Oh yeah.
I see him
Oh.
as being eccentric, and I see her looking like she's just a friggin' loon.
Well, they're one of the hashtags was Amber Turd.
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
They got so much stuff out there on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts. I watched a lot of it. So
It is. It's as much as you don't want to. It's like,
well, again, I watched. I really liked the whole idea. I liked watching it because of the information I got of how rich people really live
oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
with all these homes and flying
Right.
over to China for this and doing this and staying 3 months in Australia to film this, and it's pretty cool.
And why she's doing, because she doesn't have enough money already with whatever she got. Like, come on, that's where
Right.
greed takes over, and then it gets ugly.
Yeah.
No,
I'll take being poor, thank you.
She's definitely nuts, though. I mean, Johnny is nuts too, but
He's
in,
like goofy. She's
in a
nuts.
nicer way.
Yeah,
She's mean. She's nuts in a mean way.
Like-
Yeah.
really. Yeah,
The vindictiveness of it,
Right.
yeah. No, like
of her
you could
behavior.
hear her like egging him on, like, and you could hear him trying to like walk away, like, you know what, and then then he says some things to her, but still, it's not. Yeah, she's. Whatever.
Oh, I mean, what both of them were saying to each other was crude, but
Yeah, of course.
you know what I mean? When people get mad and they use that language, it's just part of their vocabulary. It's just
Right, it
another
doesn't-
day.
Right now, if
But if
Mark
some-
said that to me, I'd be like, 5 miles away already. You know what I mean? Like, what did you say? Yeah, that would be cool.
But if somebody records you arguing
Mhm.
like they were recorded, you guys would sound like beasts, just like Mary and I would sound like we're nuts,
Nuts, right?
because the stuff that you yell at each other
Well,
is
we know
usually
it
not,
wants to
people
press
don't
you.
record it.
Right. Well, who recorded all that stuff anyway?
Well,
Her?
she recorded most of it because she wanted to get the big payday.
But
Wow.
didn't she think that she's going to be just putting herself in anything? That just
Yeah,
shows how stupid she is.
No, but here, think about this. What she showed is the stuff she wanted to make him look bad on. So
But it
I'll
didn't
bet you
look
that's
stupid.
10% of everything that she ever recorded.
Right. But I don't know why she doesn't see what she sounded like. I mean, is she that really delusional?
I think she is, actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
But even when she's
She
talking,
took a dump in his
it's like
bed.
looking at the jury, like the attorney would say something, and she's like, "Yes,
Who shits in the bed? I mean, come on.
right."
You're right, Alex. Now that's like waking up and finding a horse head.
No, it's even
She
worse.
blamed it on the dog.
She blamed it on the dog.
And he's like, "That's not dog poop."
Well,
All
the
right, she should
funny
be locked
thing
up
is,
just for that.
from what I understand, I just learned this today, that they had one of those little teacup dogs.
Oh yeah, it probably is
Yeah.
bigger than-
So a teacup dog's crap is about the size of a rabbit.
right. This shit was probably bigger than the dog.
I would think it would be.
Unless she gave the dog Turbolax.
Shut up.
Oh, she's nuts.
It would, I'm just saying it wouldn't produce that much.
Look at Juice even agrees with me.
Juice.
Yeah, no, that's whatever. You get what you give. Oh well.
I mean, it's just interesting how every other woman that he's went out with or
Got
married
children with or married. Yeah,
says the exact opposite of what she says.
right.
And all the people that she was been with says she's exactly the way he says she is.
Right.
She's a psycho hose beast.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let her just keep talking. It'll take care of it. Like he didn't like Dan. Wasn't it you that said he doesn't have to do any of this? Even with all of this, he still would have gazillion dollars and he'd be fine. But it's just it's a matter of principle. It's at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone up until
he can't get the last word.
Right. He needed to get out there because this was so widely publicized because he was so famous that he was a wife beater. So he needed to clear his name.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Watch there be a movie about them about it. Later.
Oh, there'll definitely be a movie about it. There's definitely going to be books about it for sure.
Well, maybe they can hire her to play her own parts.
She could play the pile of crap on the bed.
Yeah.
Tracy, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Uh.
They're gonna need a bailiff and a street creature in that movie.
Oh man, let's get on it.
Let's get on it, buddy.
You
Your
can
people
be
will talk to my people.
You can be the guy that finds the phone after he throws it off the balcony.
Yeah.
There you go. I like it.
Do you remember that part, Gina?
Yeah. It's some crazy crap. You can tell some of her people that are testifying don't know their ass from a hole in the ground either.
Well, you know what's interesting is I love the difference in the class of the lawyers on both sides.
Absolutely. You can tell what money can buy because one's like rent a lawyer and the other one's like own a lawyer, you know?
Well, she had her main lawyer was a schoolmarm, I think.
They were pretty bad.
Man.
Well, they've shown videos about like after courts, not in session anymore.
It's like having Dr. Nick work on you.
Oh God, yeah. But everybody gets up. They don't even walk out with her. They don't talk to her. As soon as they're done, they like
Oh, because she's holding something or she's got something illegal on her. They don't want nothing to do with her. How did you get this into the courtroom?
He didn't hire a top level lawyer. Lawyer. She graduated like middle to the bottom of her class. She's just a good lawyer. So he didn't have to go out and get a top level lawyer.
Really? Wow. Well, see, I don't know. I think you have to have a natural knack for that. I mean, you have to know the law, but you have to have a gift. Just because you know the law doesn't mean. I'm not going to say something about somebody that we've.
You got to be a used car salesman to be a lawyer.
Talked with before, but yeah.
You definitely have to be a likable person to be a good lawyer, because lawyers automatically are, looked on as being scummy.
Right. Which is terrible because they'll make or break you, so.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on what kind of an attorney you are. So.
Well, that's a big thing too.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I mean, if you're lawyers here and you're looking at the other person's lawyer over there, the other lawyer's going to look like a scumbag to you. Because they're being paid to screw you.
Yep.
Especially defense attorneys too. Yeah. Well, my husband's uncle was a defense attorney and a lot of people knew him.
Wow.
Marty was someplace working and somebody's like, well, my guy, Uncle Joe, that's all he called him. And Marty's like, wait a second, what's his last name? And he told him, and he's like, that's my uncle. And he's like, yeah, that's what we all call him. He's like, no, he's really my uncle.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, he was good at what he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like to argue, but I don't like to get paid for it.
Oh, I would like to get paid to argue.
Oh, I'd be good at it.
I wouldn't like to be a lawyer, but I'd like to get paid to argue.
Especially
You could be like
nowadays,
a
it'd be so
professional
easy to win.
arguer.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you do? That would be like a bit from Monty Python.
We just go on any talk show.
Yeah.
But you would answer that question with an argument. Thus, you would be the arguer. You would just continually argue.
I don't know. You could be a professional shit starter, like people on Jerry Springer. I like how he would like poke and then step back with his microphone like this. Go ahead.
Yeah, when that show was on, I kind of want to run the other way.
Oh, I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It pretty much was just, that ain't my baby. Yeah, it is your
Be-
baby.
Be
Yeah.
careful, Dan.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Oh wow.
yeah. Daytime
And-
television.
And,
like,
and
like
the
abyss.
paper says he's not the father.
Yeah. All that
Neither
crap.
is he, and neither is no.
Well, the funny part is I've seen a few episodes. I'll admit it.
Uh-oh.
I'll admit it.
Do you
But they'd
DVR,
have like
Dan?
they would have like 3 guys there, and you thought for sure one of them's gonna be the father, and then he would look. Number 1, you're not the father. Number 2, you are not the father. Then you're thinking, oh well, number 3's definitely the father. Number 3, you are not the father either. And then, oh, I don't know who it is then.
Yeah, and then you look at the cameraman and he's smiling.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Must have been that orgy night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, I was gonna say something and it's gonna come out wrong, and I'm not even gonna say it now.
I'm going to get a penicillin shot after that show.
Penicillin. You need more than penicillin. That's scary.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is.
I don't know. I mean,
That's-
they kind of.
Getting back to Rick's comment, or was wait, I can't remember who said it.
What was it?
But when you look at I think it was Tracy actually. Whoever it is, you could raise your hand and whoever said it.
Play the tape back.
But anyways, somebody said this on this broadcast about watching the Johnny Depp and Amber makes your relationship look normal.
Yeah, I said it. That was
Yeah,
fine.
that's right. So
I take responsibility.
there you go. So watching the Jerry Springer was basically that. No matter how bad your relationship was,
Just
you
at a
can look at
different
that and
income
say,
level.
we are definitely normal.
Yep. It kind of
Yeah.
changes the curve a little bit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you need $500, make a story up and go on Springer.
Oh, I bet
Well,
a
I
lot
think
of them
that goes
did.
on. I think that's a big part of it.
A lot of that shit's made up, man.
It's like kind of like pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And some of it becomes wrestling.
Ironically,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the chairs are getting thrown. There's pandemonium.
Remember that one guy? He got his own show, his own spin-off show.
Oh,
Steve Wilkos.
Steve Wilkos.
Yeah. I used to watch him. He was pretty good.
Steve's a badass.
I liked when
He
he, would,
deals
like, stab
deals
his
with the
hand
really
up.
bad ones.
They used to film that in Chicago, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Never worked that.
He
show.
deals with the people there that like punch like the guy that like beats the crap out of his girlfriend and throws him
Yeah.
down the stairs, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
He deals with people that leave in handcuffs.
Was he
Remember-
a cop, you guys?
He was a Chicago cop for a long
I
time.
thought.
Remember,
Oh,
he was like the bouncer from Jerry Springer,
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
and then they spun off his own
The
show.
guy, he had a bald head. He was shaved his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I liked him better.
Well, his show was more normal. It was, and that says a lot.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, what's this? My posting thing. How come I'm only Facebook drives me crazy. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, so I didn't mean to interrupt. Carry on.
So Tracy, I don't think we were recording this, but you were telling us about your grandfather clock.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get it back?
So today, the repairman.
We're supposed to be getting a tour later, I thought.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
You're
Wait,
locked out, aren't you?
No, I'm waiting. Well, I'm kind of waiting.
Dar
for
locked you out.
A little bit. Yeah, let the record show. I just figured it would. I kind of like the change of venue. I know it's dark now, but
it's
actually
you
very
can,
pleasant out.
yeah, I know. I wish I could go outside.
So today, the clock repairman from Chicago Clock Company came out and made an adjustment. One of the mechanical pieces just basically wasn't working. So he had to take it back to the shop and kind of work on it and then reinstall it today. So early this afternoon, he was able to come back and get it installed. And today, for the first time in many, many years, the clock that my grandfather handcrafted the cabinet for back in 1975
Wow.
is now restored, refurbished, and hopefully you'll get a chance to see it here during the broadcast. And it's just a beautiful piece.
And when they delivered that, did they have to level it?
Yeah, so leveling is definitely a part of it. There's like a 2-man crew. We have carpeting. So I was contemplating like getting.
Yeah, you were saying that on the other show about that.
Yeah, like maybe getting a slab of granite, but it's actually sitting down pretty good in the carpet because it's got the little the little legs at the very bottom, and so it's.
Is it heavy?
No, it actually isn't. It's actually rather light. So being so light and so narrow and tall, I was nervous that, if you walk around it, or you might
top heavy
cause it to tip, because it is a little on the top heavy side. Most of the mechanical working parts are on the top. Obviously the pendulum is underneath it, and then the weights, that come in. There's like 3 individual weights of brass, and they have to be adjusted once a week. So I kind of have a new chore, like a weekly chore of, making sure that the weights are drawn up to the top, every basically 7 days. With grandfather clocks, you have to, if you're going to be gone, let's say longer than, 4 days, you basically have to shut it down because you don't want it to just run all the way out. Yeah, because it just causes damage. Yeah, so for many years at my aunt's house, where my cousin had lived, for a very long time, her and her husband and their son, over the years, unfortunately, they just didn't keep up with the maintenance, and one thing led to another, and it just went into disrepair. And, after 40 plus years, the cabinet just, it just needed a lot of attention.
I'll see. Yeah.
And so my cousin asked if I would be willing to take it on. And, so my grandfather built these clocks for many people in the family. My mother received one. My aunt, had received one. My eldest sister had received one.
Oh, wow.
And so it's, he was really incredibly productive. He was in his late 60s. He was a retired auto mechanic, very poor health, had suffered a massive heart attack, like the year I was born. But 10 years later, he was junking and found an old table and built an entire cabinet out of the table.
That's so cool.
For their home. And then he's like, well, would you want one? It was kind of like in the family, like, would you like one? Would you, and then he had the pecking order of, okay, who gets the first one, the second one. And he was like churning them out, And so as a kid, growing up, we had a grandfather clock in the house. And so my aunt had one as well. And then, when my dad passed away, my brother, took possession of the grandfather clock that was in our house. And Dara and I were talking, and, we were contemplating, should we purchase a grandfather clock? Or, it was just one of those conversations that you have. And I had no idea, had no thought. But then when my cousin reached out, my aunt had passed away in December of 2020. So it was like, the spring of last year. And so on May 13th of last year, I had Chicago Clock Company come and take the clock out of the house that it was in. It took 54 weeks to the day that the repair and the restoration took that amount of time.
Wow.
It's incredible. There'd be times where it'd be like, yeah, I still have that clock on order. And, you sort of forget about it and then you remember it,
Well,
And we kept,
that's expensive too. I know when I got mine done, it was like $1,200.
yeah, this restoration was definitely north of that.
Yeah. Well, they did some actually stuff with the wood too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. See, we didn't have to do anything like that. They
So the
just
cabinet-
replaced the insides.
So the cabinet was really worn and we had a complete restoration. And I don't know if you can see it in the pictures, but it's like a cherry finish. And
it's awesome looking.
it really
Oh, that's
stands
good.
up. Yeah.
I'm actually showing your pictures on.
Yeah,
you
that
can
is
see it.
nice.
It's beautiful.
And the decor that we have in the living room with that light beige color, it just really sets it off. And I'm just really just over the moon to have this heirloom restored and it's a living, breathing, instrument.
Hey, did you guys get that little I don't know what you call it. The little thing that says who made it and everything made?
That was my grandfather. He did that. He had the presence of mind to have that engraving.
Is that what that plate says?
Yeah, so it's
Wow.
it says handcrafted by, and it's in calligraphy, and then it says Otto B. Olson Sr. And then he even put in Burbank, Illinois,
No way.
1975.
That's cool.
See, I got to do that. I've got it written in marker.
Okay.
Where you can't see it, of course.
Yeah.
But I love that. When I seen that, I'm thinking I gotta get one of those made for my clock. It's
It is
beautiful.
pretty cool.
Especially if it's something that people, you guys are
Oh,
gonna
there you go. Look at
There we go.
you could actually see it.
Yeah, I don't know if you could read it, but
Yeah, no, you can. Nice. That's pretty cool. Very nice.
yeah, and that's with the door.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just really thank
Yeah. Do you remember Mr. Sellers? Fred Sellers? He
I
was
remember I don't think I ever had class for with him.
but he
I remember the name though.
he used to make a lot of grandfather clocks
Oh wow.
for people, because he was the teacher, so he would make them for people or whatever. And I seen him. I told him when I was junior, I said I want to make a clock like that, and he says, "Well, why don't you make one of these?"
What, just the tabletop ones he wanted you to make?
No. Instead
A
of
full
this, actually, what I've got here is a grandmother clock, and the difference is the height of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, the
didn't know that.
grandmother clock is I don't know what the height of it is, but that's the difference. It's not nowhere near a tabletop.
Is that
stands
because
up.
they were shorter, or is that just?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, grandmothers are shorter anyway, though, right?
Well, unless your grandmother's a basketball player.
Well, you know what I mean.
Ah!
No, unless grandpa is short. My brother's
Forget it. I rescind the question.
my brother's only
Talk about my
5'5".
grandmother.
We have a short family. Our family's short.
I think you're the tallest one, aren't you, Gina? You're taller than your dad and mom.
Uh-uh.
No.
I'm taller than my mom, not my dad.
Okay.
Nora's taller than everybody.
Huh.
Except her brother is like a half an inch, and he's like, no, you're not. She goes, that's okay. You're 28. You stopped growing. I'm 17. I could still grow a little bit more. He's like, shut up. Yeah, she's right there. Like 5'8" is not tall, but it's tall at our house.
Well, 5'8's tall for me.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, Dar's 5'9".
Wow.
Yeah, Nora's right there.
Yeah. Well, but again, 5'6 is tall for me.
Well, Tracy, you know how Dar used to watch my cousins?
Yeah.
Okay, they are super short. Michelle is not even 5 feet tall.
Yeah, they're little.
Yeah, they're all short. Her
Yeah.
and her brother and sister. So that's my mom's side of the family. And my mom, like I said, my mom's 5 feet. My grandmother is like 4'11".
Wow.
I was like 4'9". So yeah.
4'9". Oh my God.
You should see, and her husband's probably maybe 6 feet tall. So, you know, in pictures, she's like up by his chest. It's kind of funny.
Oh my God. It's amazing how like opposites in height attract.
Yeah. Mhm.
I've always been amazed. Yeah.
Alex would know that.
You're right.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, no kidding.
Oh, is Katie?
Katie's what? How old?
I'm
not how
6'2", and Katie's just barely above 5 foot.
Oh my God.
Sorry. She said she's 5'1". She made sure to correct me.
Yes. That's right, Katie. Get every last inch in there.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
right.
Katie, if you can hear this, tell you know, I still tell everybody I'm 5'5.5". I can't never let that half go.
That half go. It's true. Well, yeah, I mean,
That's like when you're. How old are you? I'm 9.5.
Yeah.
right. How tall are the boys? Your boys, Dan.
What are they like 5'7" maybe? 5'8"?
Right. So that's
What would you guess, Alex?
I'd say 5'7" and 5. Right.
Okay, so I'm close.
Yeah, I think that's an average height, you know, for the instead of the overachievers like Alex, you know. I just think I got to keep growing a little bit more.
Well, what's funny, in my family, I'm the shortest, and in Mary's family, she's the shortest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, she
wow.
definitely is.
You're the runts of your respective litters.
We are, absolutely. But hey, we got the good looks.
There you
That's
go.
true. You got a point there.
You look marvelous.
Yeah.
That's what I tell everybody. I said, my brothers and sisters, they all, you know, are way taller than I am. I said, but look, I got the good looks.
You look marvelous.
Well, you guys are also like in the center of your families too. That's kind of weird because like Marty and I are both the oldest.
Hmm.
So there you go.
There you go. And there you go.
Yep.
Well, Rick, you're you're at the beginning of the middle.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm the baby boy of the family.
I'm the baby.
Baby boy.
Yeah, my mom always made sure she told my older brother that too.
Baby. Were you spoiled?
No.
That's all I ever heard. He's spoiled.
We had some epic battles though, me and the brother. I think I broke his nose twice. He broke mine 3 times.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm telling you, even my girls, they were arguing with each other, and Marty was standing in front of the other one, and Eileen reached around Marty, threw a Gatorade bottle at Nora, and it goes
Wow.
like reaching around Dad. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're sending me pictures. Look at what she did. I'm like, oh my God. Is there any adult
WWE.
supervision? They're like, no. I'm like, where's Dad? They're like, he's right here.
Hey, Gina, was it recorded? Are we going to see this on tape?
Yeah.
On a trial one day?
Oh my God, I'm telling you.
Trial.
Maybe.
Let's go into trial.
Was the bottle full or empty?
It was half full. So it got momentum. It
It did some damage.
Yeah. And Nora, Eileen's left-handed too. So you know how you automatically are going to kind of like lean to the right, but Eileen came around. And, yeah.
So you could tell Gina is an optimist because she said the bottle was half full.
Yeah.
I don't know, hey, you know me, I put a mental twist on everything. You guys, I can psychoanalyze all of you.
Yes.
Wow.
I think.
Gina made a living at that in high school, but never got paid.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Somebody asked me that. I was at her dad's wake, and she's like, so did you ever become a psychologist? I'm like, no, I'm still doing it for free. You know, I'm 55 at that point.
We would go over by Gina's, and there would be like, 6 people standing at her door just waiting to talk to her.
Were you like Lucy Van Pelt? The doctor is in.
Yeah.
Did you tell him about the magic 8-ball, Gina?
No. Dan, didn't you used to have a magic 8-ball in the van?
You know what? I actually do remember that.
Seriously.
It wasn't mine. I can't remember whose it was, but I do remember that.
So do I. I don't know why, but it just like kind of like struck a memory.
No, I wouldn't have ever thought about it until.
And you don't have one?
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hard to believe there's something
I
not
know.
in the garage.
Well, we're going to all have to combine our funds and get them one for Christmas.
Right. There
He
you
sense
go.
of peace. You know, it would be cool if you could make custom ones where you could like,
They all say fuck off.
no, that would be your 8-ball.
We could customize it with all the great lines we've come up
Right.
with in the show.
Hey, Alex, do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, the thing where you shake it and it
Yeah,
gives you like it tells you like
Gives you an
basically a
answer,
fortune.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
They
Alex, when
covered
we
it in
were in
Dan-
high school, that's how we made life decisions. You know,
What
we
were
like
what were the answers on this? Does anybody know?
Well, they were real generic.
later.
I know somebody's going to be looking it up here in about 20 seconds.
One of them asked me later. Ask me later.
Who's in charge of information?
Yeah, who's our spotter?
I
There we
got
go.
it.
Gina's got it.
Yeah, don't wait on me. Carry on.
Oh, we're waiting. So
Carry
chop,
on.
chop.
I can't handle pressure.
Under pressure.
See, that's why Gina wouldn't take money for it. Because
Right.
if she was wrong, it wouldn't have mattered. Hey, I did it for nothing.
I'm going to sue you.
What'd you think? What'd you think you were gonna get?
Who's your shrink? Gina Kean Flisk.
Well, at the time, it was Gina Kean.
Yeah. We just call her
some
Dr.
people-
Feelgood.
Back in the day.
Used to say my last name like it was part of my first name. It was like I was never just Gina. It was like always Gina Kean. I'd hit
Gina
like
Kean.
Gina Kean. Peachy Kean. Gina Kean.
okay.
We're waiting.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you've
told
got,
you not to.
Oh,
you've got one
hell.
of, Gina, you've got one of those names that's fun to say when you do it both. Gina
Right.
Kean.
Gina Kean.
It's like saying salsa.
Right. Salsa.
Salsa. Gina Kean.
Can
Salsa.
anybody do the salsa? Okay. It says it isn't certain. You may.
Wait, Gina, don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask a question, and then find an answer for me.
Okay.
Well, pretend you're shaking an 8-ball.
Right.
It's not going to look good if I'm shaking anything.
Just do it. We all need to laugh. There we go.
Okay, here we go. Should I invest in a new hat?
Ah.
Without a doubt.
Oh, you're on the payroll.
You're right.
Yeah. Good answer.
Okay, Rick,
Hey.
what's your question?
My question? Radio edit.
Come on.
I don't have a question.
Just make up one.
Here, I'll ask one for Rick. Does Rick have a sweetie on the side?
Well, no. Will I ever eat a glazed donut again?
It is definitely so.
All right.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Nice. If there's a knock
Definitely
on my
so.
door, I'm gonna shit myself.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
my.
a food list.
Okay, Amber.
Way to go, dear Amber. Way to go, AT.
All right, Trace, what's your question?
My question is,
Yeah.
well, will I ever get back into the house?
Most likely.
I'm literally standing at the door.
Have you knocked?
I think she's done.
How about Juice? What does Juice want to know?
I don't want to give her a hard time.
I don't have no questions.
You got questions. We got answers.
I'll ask it for Juice.
All
How is Juice's baseball team going to do this year?
The outlook is good.
Whoa,
right.
nice.
Oh.
I like it.
All right, how about you, Alex?
Oh,
Getting a little nippy out here.
I'm gonna be a millionaire. Am I gonna be a millionaire by the time I'm 30?
Ask again later.
Oh,
What was it?
Yeah, we are.
Ask again
Dar, do you have a
later.
question?
That was just not right. Poor guy.
Those when I
That's
was
why you
13.
don't trust 8 balls. That's why you just go and do it.
Right.
Not recent.
Ooh.
Go get a glazed
messed it
donut. Dan buy a new hat. Tracy
No,
got back
no,
in.
no. I want a glazed donut.
Ew.
Did I get a chair? And
No, you have to
Tracy,
stand
did
in
you
the
make
corner.
it in?
mess up your
I'm
show?
done watching it.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah, it's over.
Okay. It's over.
Dari was out there
Hey, ask
freezing.
Star how short my cousins are.
I can't believe the AC went on. Oh, Christ.
What is Gina asking?
Go
How
ahead. Did
short
you
are
have
my
a question?
cousins?
How are your cousins? As
No,
far
how
as the-
short are they?
what?
How short are they?
How short are they?
Yes.
Like 5 foot?
Yeah. I think Michelle's like 4'9".
Like
Dawn's
babysitting the Smurfs.
Becky's only like 5 foot. I think Nick is probably the tallest because Michelle's barely, I think she's 5 and Dawn's probably like 5'3", 5'4".
Yeah. Yeah. Michelle's actually 4'9", if you can even believe that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she's as tall as my aunt. Yeah.
And her mom and her dad who passed, he was short too.
Yeah, Nick was short. I remember Nick he wasn't a tall guy, so.
No.
I got a thought. At what point do you ask a person or describe a person as how tall
It's tall.
or how short? At what height for men and what height for women do you differentiate between how tall and how short?
Okay, my opinion is 5'5" is average for women, like
Okay.
average.
7.
And like 5'8" or 5'9" is average for men. But then
I did 5'9". We're all tall in my family.
but that's what I think. I mean,
My
everybody-
mom's
So what, does that mean
5'6".
me and Dan and Juice get placards? What are you saying?
No, what's your opinion, jackass? That was the question.
Guys,
Go around
short
the
people
room.
got.
hey, Rick.
Yeah, Dan.
What's gonna happen with us is that with that question is, can they get on that ride? Well, I don't know. How short are they?
Huh.
There you go.
Hey, were your grandpas on both sides short, you guys?
Yes.
No,
Well, they were
no.
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 Mary's grandfathers were tall.
Uh-huh. Because my
Uh-huh.
grandpas were pretty tall, so that's why everybody says, where did we get all the height in my family? So, because my eldest brother is like 6'2", my next brother is 5'9", and then my youngest brother, we don't know because he was only 4.5 when he passed, so I don't know how tall he'd be, but we're all pretty tall. And my parents, like I said, they were average. My mom's 5'6", and my dad was 5'9". So,
I think that's why we think Nora is so tall, because she's only 5'8", but everybody else in our family is so short. She seems really tall, even though
See, now I've got a theory why I'm so short, but it doesn't necessarily work with Mary. So we moved into our house. It was a 1-bedroom house, and there was 5 kids. And
So
I
you couldn't
ended up
grow.
sleeping in a really small area. So
Right.
it's like the fish tank, like the goldfish.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened.
It
Yeah,
stunted
that
that
your
wasn't the
growth.
case at Mary's house.
So if you were in a room that was like 18 by 30, you'd be 6'6" right now.
Right,
Dan.
exactly.
I
Uh-huh.
grew up in a 9-by-9 room.
Alex must live by like open fields. Like he just kept growing.
See,
Well,
what the guys,
I'm in a few minutes.
When I got to high school, I was just a skosh over 4'11". And then by the time I was a sophomore in high school, sophomore in high school, I was 6'2".
Wow.
Wow.
It had to hurt to grow that much.
it's a lot of Ovaltine.
Well, you know what happened? He got into that fertilizer.
Is that what that was?
I thought it was a stretching exercise.
That Miracle Grow.
Right.
See, all the women on my mom or our family are short, and all the guys were tall, and we ended up with the Earl Campbell legs in our family. Me and my brother.
Oh, wow. No kidding.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Or as my dad would say, you're built like a brick shit house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, well, I forgot what I was gonna say.
That happens when you get old.
It's like squirrel.
Squirrel.
Do you know what that means?
Squirrel?
I think all of my two sisters are probably 5'7", maybe,
Mm.
at least. And then my brothers were all at least 6 foot.
So maybe
So I was definitely the shortest.
they found you on the front doorstep.
Oh, there's no maybe about it. They definitely did. They found me in a shoebox, and that's where I ended up sleeping most of my life.
Just hanging over the edges a little bit.
Yeah.
See, well, you were a gift, Dan.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would have never fit in the mailbox if I wasn't so small.
Right. It's so terrible. Oh, well. Okay, Sarah.
Wow, what's Tracy doing here?
It looks like he's tripping. I'm waiting for SpongeBob to pop out.
Shut up.
Oh,
You got fish?
Dan, he has real fish tank.
I think they're all dead, though.
Mine do too. Look.
Hiding.
Hayden, what do you got?
It sounded like
Okay.
the way he was talking was like he's in the fish tank.
Yeah, he's like Jacques Cousteau. Or what's his name? Yeah, Jacques Cousteau.
And now we'll venture deeper into the
That's what he said.
The alcohol's taking effect.
I
don't
can't believe
see
we're
him.
all like staring
Hey,
at
Dara, I
it
don't
like
see
we're
him.
waiting for it to do
I
something.
know.
I'm waiting,
I'm waiting for there to be a
waiting for an
sign of
alien to
life.
pop up.
Yeah, actually,
Not all of us.
This is one of those videos that you just start looking.
Mesmerized
and
by, you're like,
Some's got to happening.
prologue.
yes,
It's got 30 million views, and then
Right.
you watch it for 5 minutes, and it's like, no, that's it.
You don't
and then
get
you
those.
go back to see if it changed. You still go back anyway.
Oh, I
Did
don't.
you guys
Bait.
watch the giraffe that was born? And it was on like live camera, all like nobody watched it except
No.
me.
No, I'm
A couple
sorry I
years
missed
ago.
it.
No, I'm serious. It was like every day, like they watched it. It was on the camera was on 24 hours a day. Just me, huh?
I guess.
What did you watch? What?
Go
A
ahead.
giraffe being born. It was like it had a live stream. It was like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But it had like the whole like, I don't know, like 3 weeks going up to when it was gonna be
Good.
It takes 3 weeks for a giraffe to have a baby.
No, that's just when I'm gonna punch you in the face. That's when they started friggin'
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That's Amber.
Nobody
It
heard
is.
nothing.
That's that Amber shit.
Hey, Rick, when you go
Yeah.
to court, it's recorded. I've got it.
We got it, Gina.
We got it.
On tape.
You're in big trouble,
See?
Gina.
You guys are ganging up on me. I'm a victim.
Big-
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, the punch is not the worst part. It's part 2 that comes after the punch. You know, there was a punch, and then she went and took a dump in his bed. She couldn't have stopped there.
Did you hear
Ah,
what he said?
yeah.
There he is, Trace.
He's right.
So Alex, you will not be in the courtroom.
Well, not if you want to win.
It may come up.
Oh, you guys, it looks like Mr. Rogers. You know, remember the kitchen when he had like the little, like the fish tanks and he had like the little house and all that? That's what it looks like.
That's SpongeBob.
A Mr. Rogers.
Oh.
No,
Thanks.
look,
Hi,
it
neighbor.
looks like the owls. It looks like Mr. Rogers.
Like, what would they?
Rogers, they weren't underwater.
Look, he had a fish tank in his kitchen.
Oh my
Of the
God.
whole thing.
Okay. Oh,
Somebody
No,
play
that-
that.
That'd be a good
It
remodel.
looks like
We have
Mr.
a-
Rogers.
I thought we were going to look at the clock and we're looking at a fish tank with no fish.
So what?
just went on this.
talk about burying the lead.
You're doing
Okay.
what?
Yeah, look at it's
Okay.
like it's the owl's little house. You guys are pissing me off. Look at the red thing. That's where the
Owls don't live underwater.
I'm not talking about that part.
Jesus Christ.
Why you gotta be like a Debbie Downer?
Look.
Watch, she'll come out as soon as we leave.
Wow, I thought that was a big fish tank.
Oh,
That's
were
just a
you-
little thing.
Were you trying to
Yeah.
show us your
5
betta,
gallon.
your betta fish? Or beta
Oh,
or
that's
whatever
the
it is?
beta.
Beta.
Right.
Okay.
If I move the castle, he'll come out, but I don't want to scare him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. We
I hope
don't
he's
want
You think you get him a bigger
Yeah, he was
house?
on the side. As soon as Trace walked away, he moved to the other side.
He's hiding. He knows. He doesn't want to be on camera.
He's shy.
You should get him a
He's
bigger
camera
tank,
shy.
Trace.
Yeah, it'd
Get
be
him
all
like a
right.
50
Just a
gallon.
5
Get him
gallon.
a 50. Get him a 50-gallon tank, man.
We definitely would have to move.
You know what's weird about those fish? They're almost everybody has them in really small tanks. I've never seen one in a big tank before.
Yeah. I had piranhas back in the day.
That's amazing.
Those were fun.
I know. You know what was popular when I was in school was Oscars.
Yeah.
Those
Oh,
were,
yeah,
those were
They're
mean
still
looking
they're
fish,
still
too.
big down in Florida.
Are they?
I had a couple friends that had them.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my friends had a piranha, but it didn't last real long.
Mm.
Mine lasted about 7 years. They lived. He got almost 15 inches long. The one.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, he was a. My cousin Mike had called me, Plato, when you feed him, let me come over. So okay, I feed him once a month. I
All right.
drop 10 goldfish in the tank and bam, gone, man.
He's coming up.
Wow.
There's his tail.
Still don't see him.
Backside. He's on the backside. He was just playing.
Is he on the flip side?
Yeah. You turn the tank around.
What's interesting about, though the piranhas got really popular for a while, and then they would start getting big, and then they'd let them go in the forest preserve,
Yeah,
and then people would find them. They would catch them like Gill. Because they weren't supposed to be able to survive the winter,
well, they can survive.
but it seemed like they, either people were putting a lot in or they were surviving. That's like alligators. Every once in a while, they'll find an alligator out in a forest preserve, in the lakes. And
Or in the
that's somebody's
sewer.
pet.
Wow.
Oh, look, Tracy's doing a clock selfie.
It does look like it.
It looks little.
It does.
Isn't it little?
It has nothing to do with the camera perspective at all.
Yeah.
I think he's tripping.
Cuz be tripping. It does look little.
It's almost an optical illusion.
Isn't that weird?
That is.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I'm just angling it.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Go stand by it, and I'll tell you if it would be considered a grandfather or a grandmother.
Yeah, so I think it's about 6 feet tall.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Did you come here, Trace?
Yeah, that might be a grandmother clock, actually.
There he is, Trace.
Oh, hang on. Back to auto cam. Are you sure?
Here he comes out, right there. There he is.
There's auto.
There he is. See, I told you.
No, I'm to you guys.
I'm sitting here talking to you guys and forgot I'm muting you.
He doesn't let him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, how pretty.
You should have named him Wanda. Have you guys ever seen that movie, A Fish Called Wanda?
Yeah.
That's really a good movie.
Yep.
What are we looking at?
He likes to lay on that
House.
hammock. That's his bed. See, he's laying on the hammock.
Oh,
See that leaf? That's his hammock.
she's not there yet.
Let me see. You got it.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
He's right on the camp hammock there.
Yeah.
Hello, Otto.
Yeah.
See?
That was one of those movies I thought would be stupid because I didn't see it at the theater. But when it came around on like HBO or whatever it was on, I watched it like 20 times because it was so good.
What movie was that, Dan?
Fish Called Wanda.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Oh yeah.
Fish and chips, Ken?
Yeah.
You
You're
guys,
driving on the wrong side of the road.
you guys really do scare me.
He did. The little bugger.
You guys watch a lot of movies.
That was a classic.
That was a good movie.
Well, we didn't have
Revenge.
people like that. We had only the kind that made the antenna work. You know, the basic cable.
Mm.
But when we first got married, the guy across the hall from us, we lived above a Chinese restaurant, and the guy across the house stole his cable. So he didn't want us to call an order cable, so he spliced it off of his. That's the only time I hit like all the cable.
Oh wow.
Wow, he was a pirate. Arg.
My old neighbor was like that too. He goes, "You want cable?" I said, "Yeah." He goes up in the box and he does something and runs a line, and the cable guy would come out every 3 months and flip flop it, and he'd be like, "I got it." He'd go
No
back
kidding.
up there with his ladder, doop 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 doop, cable's back on.
Huh.
Yeah. That's
Now look, I'm gonna show you. Look at there's an eel. See my eel?
Yeah. How much does it cost to keep him fed?
Oh, I feed him all the other fish.
Huh.
The eel's the only one I keep. All the rest of them get eaten.
Oh wow.
Oh, they're just
Expensive
replenished.
fish.
Yeah.
Just think in England, the poor would routinely have eels as part of their diet.
Ew.
It's not bad.
Yeah. And they
You
still
know,
do that.
you-
I mean,
You
can
bring
still
that
get
up, Trace.
eels.
Do you know in England, if you go to your fishmonger, you'll never find a monkfish with a head on it?
Huh.
It's an actual law in the books that you can go to jail
Why?
Wow.
because they're so scary looking. It actually
Huh.
scares the people. Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
people
weird.
like
I never knew that one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Look it up. You're in charge of information.
Oh, weird.
No. Who was Debbie Does Dallas? What?
Yeah.
Who's John Holmes? Hang on, let me find out. Well, obviously, most of you don't know, so I'm just gonna let that one go.
I forget all those old porn women, except for the one that we were just talking about.
I remember
It was
Barbara Dare. She was cool.
remember it was interesting, like during when we were growing up, you kind of knew like the names of famous porn stars and you know what I mean? I don't know if it's just because of the coming of age, pardon the pun.
That's
The,
because of our buddy Larry.
Yeah, it just seems like it was more in the mainstream.
Right, because there wasn't such a platform to where you can just make your own videos and all that. So you literally had to be a porn star and not just like a home movies porn, anything that you can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All the straight to video,
Yeah,
straight to DVD.
right.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like you could just,
And guess what porn star was at Man Cow's wedding?
Oh wow. Trivia.
who?
Who was there?
At
A
Man
porn
Cow's
star
It
at
was-
Man Cow's wedding.
Tracy Lords.
No, male porn star.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, Ron Jeremy.
Yep. I
Ah!
didn't know who he was. I was working in the hotel, and when my security guard goes, "That's a porn star." I go, "I don't watch that crap, so I don't know who he is. I only knew him from Howard Stern."
The only
But yeah.
reason I guessed him is because he used to be on a lot of shows.
Yeah. Well, when Mancow got married, they had the bunny ranch. There was pimps there and everything. He had the grand ballroom. It was all doused up, and I seen him. He came down to the lobby. I saw Mancow.
Was he limping? Oh, Mancow, never mind.
Mancow, yeah, he got
Was he
married.
dragging his leg?
What did Gina say?
Was he dragging his leg?
You know, they used to call him the tripod.
Oh, Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I seen a lot of celebrities, but I didn't know who he was until someone said it. One of the security guards, and I'm like, I don't watch porn, so I don't know who that is.
I like when people ask me, "You look familiar." I say, "Yeah, I used to do porn."
This goes the John Holmes connection. The end of his lengthy career.
No pun intended.
Ah!
There was like quotes between lengthy.
Huh.
Didn't he die of a heart attack getting an erection?
Well, he was in Reservoir Dogs. He was mentioned.
Oh, wow.
You don't remember that at the beginning of the movie in the restaurant?
There's Ron Jeremy.
Movie?
Ew!
He's the hedgehog.
He was a porn star?
Yeah, he's a hedgehog.
Hey,
He was really one of the real famous ones back in the day.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah.
Why?
I think he was after John. You know how John Holmes was really popular
Yeah,
and
well,
well
John
known.
Holmes, the guy that I'm looking at is like, well, whatever, you can't see. Wait.
there's
Yeah,
fireworks.
that's him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's way more attractive than this guy.
Wonder why. I don't see him.
Well,
I didn't see.
here's a picture when he's younger. So he was definitely better looking when he was younger. Look, Gina.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the same guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
30
how.
years, 30 years
Oh,
of
now
pizza
you
and
guys know
porn,
what I
man.
used to look like. I was like, this is just like later. You can't maintain that forever.
There you go. Here's all kinds of pictures of him.
Dan, you do a lot of porn, huh, buddy?
Oh man, you don't know it.
Yeah. Don't be talking about each other career.
I've been married 37 years. How do you think that happened?
Yeah, bullshit. I don't even see you watching porn. I see you covering
Right.
your eyes like, oh my gosh, is it Oreo? This is so gross.
Tell them about what happened. The
Oh, I'm
Woodstock.
covering something. It ain't my eyes.
That's why he got that
Alex
big.
is like, I'm going to put you guys
rock.
on mute for about 10 minutes until I don't see
I'm
any-
starting to wonder what was really going on with the van now.
Right. There is plenty of room for that.
Who was the big director back in the day?
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you.
Oh man,
Most of these guys were like
God.
doing their own stuff. They were,
It's right there, man.
you know, when these guys were doing it, it was really dangerous.
Did any of
Because,
them die of AIDS? Oh, no joking.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, a lot of them did.
Yeah, for a while they were definitely.
Wow.
But no, these guys were doing it. You know, doing their films and stuff. And every once in a while, you'd hear of boyfriends coming in and killing the porn stars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so he would have been like 77 years old by now.
Yeah, he's definitely old.
He was born in 1944.
Mm-hmm.
And he was 6'2". And so was his penis. I'm just kidding. Does it say home? I don't want to ask it that because then I think I'm going to get all this porn garbage popping up.
You're gonna get lambasted.
Your computer has 7,820 viruses.
It's on my phone. Yeah.
Literally.
Literally. Do not touch.
Yeah, it'll be for penal enlargement.
Here's a movie for you. It's called Porn Star: The Legend of Ron Jeremy.
I think that's where they got the title for Will Ferrell's movie, didn't they?
I don't know.
Ron Burgundy.
Oh,
Oh, no kidding. That's interesting. I never
I'm
heard
thinking
that.
they did.
Well,
Oh, that's funny.
Ron Burgundy was an announcer, though, right?
Yeah, he was a
Yes.
news anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wonder how they came up with the name, you know.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it could have happened that way. Yeah, I think the clock's like 2 minutes fast. Gonna have to adjust it.
I would call that repairman and get his ass back out there.
Those are hard to deal with.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It takes just a little bit.
Yeah,
Doesn't it got something to do with the weights?
Yeah, it's lefty loosey to slow it down. It's righty tighty to speed it up.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the weights, Rick. It has to do with
No?
the pendulum. The
The
pendulum.
pendulum.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I could show it to you. Ugh.
Pendulum. Now you're
No,
thinking
it
of
says that it was never documented, his length or his girth.
the pit
Hey.
and the pendulum.
I could tell you it's big.
Is one hung low.
Compared to,
I don't know how they can say it was never documented. It was maybe never measured, but it was definitely documented.
no, I mean, nobody ever like, oh, wait a second. His wife recalled,
It hurt.
claim,
All
10
right, don't go
inches.
into a trance.
She claimed it was 10 inches when he first measured himself.
Boy, he was laying some pipe, wasn't he?
Holmes claimed his penis was 16 inches.
Well,
And-
you know,
Is that where-
you know why
Is that
it
where the
couldn't be.
expression Holmes came from?
and
Hey,
13
Holmes.
inches in circumference.
Hey, now.
Hey, you know why it couldn't be 12 inches, right?
Why?
Because it would have been a foot.
Ah,
Hey, Dar was way ahead on that one, you guys.
you
Wow,
guys-
that
yeah.
is hilarious.
Oh, baby, he's hot tonight.
Yeah, we're going live next week.
Dan the man.
You know what it would take? Well, I think that's probably why he did so much cocaine, because it's probably the only way you could get an erection. Seriously.
No, that's the opposite with coke.
Oh, it takes it away?
Oh, you get limp dick syndrome.
Rick, are you talking from experience there? young man?
Yes, I am, and I'm not ashamed to admit
TMI, Ricky.
TMI. TMI.
it.
Hey,
Ah!
Tracy.
Tracy's neighbors probably think he has a party every Friday. He's looking
Oh,
at
don't
in
I?
a room by himself in front of the camera.
They walk
I was
by and
actually
see him
having it
laughing
on
at
the
a clock,
balcony.
man.
There goes the neighborhood.
I could hear you all the way in here.
Yeah, I kind of
It
figured.
says, fewer than 0.2% of penises are 9.5 inches. So you guys are all liars.
Hey, some of us are just gifted.
Shut up. You're gifted for different reasons.
Some of us are special needs.
Yeah. Don't
Oh,
think
man.
because somebody's tall that they can accommodate
The
it.
fucking air is on again. I can't believe it.
That's because it's
Can you-
humid out, even though it's cool out.
Yeah, it's kind of a goofy deal, you know.
Yeah.
But usually by what 9:30, I'll.
Thermostat is getting riled up with all your sex talk. You guys.
Yeah,
It's heating up
It's
in
heating
here,
up the room.
getting hot.
It's getting hot in here. Okay, never mind. Okay, well, that's all I got. Who's Misty Dawn? Oh, she was a porno star too. Okay, that's it. Because if I start getting like
The
all
great
this,
American literature person. She wrote books.
with lots of pictures,
Yeah.
As long as you got the phone there, look up porn star women from the 1970s.
Barbara Dare, Sharon Mitchell.
Man,
Wow, you know a lot of them.
Oh, Christy Canyon, Amber Lynn, Ginger Lynn.
Okay, I remember them too.
There you go.
They were cute, actually.
You
They
don't
were very
remember Christy
cute.
Canyon?
No,
They called her Queen Pastrami.
no,
this is so just not right.
no. The Lynn sisters were really pretty.
They weren't sisters.
Oh, they weren't?
No.
Oh,
They were
Now
just,
that's acting.
they just had the same last name.
oh, wow.
No, I didn't want images.
What are you talking about?
I just put porn star women.
He's looking at a pastrami sandwich, man.
from the 70s, and I thought they're going to make a list of people, but they did a list of pictures.
You
Yeah,
got
but
Winona's big.
you can't
you
see
got-
anything. They've got all the bush.
You got Winona's big brown beaver looking right back at you.
Shut up!
Flop, 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 flop.
I told you guys this is going to mess up my phone. No wonder Dan's like, oh, Gina, why don't you look it up on your phone?
You're gonna be getting pop-ups for the next 6 months.
Ha! No
Yeah,
pun
right.
intended. You can get some pop-ups. Okay, well, there's some names. I'm not going to click on them because I just saw more of whatever than I needed to. So Linda Gordon,
Never heard of it.
Laura Sands,
Nope.
Mary Edwards.
Well, you're in the real deep porn.
It says
Part.
70s.
You're in the gutter.
Hey,
And now
Rick,
it's time for deep
Yeah.
porn.
she's in the deep dive porn.
You guys are so,
Dive.
you
Oh,
guys
that's
are
a
so
page.
15 years old.
I forgot my snorkel.
That could be a page.
Yeah, right. Deep dive porn.
Deep dive porn. And then Dan, you could say, I thought the group would like this.
Okay, I have to stop because this is just wrong.
Don't, Gina, don't.
You should have
stop.
stopped 6,000 viruses ago.
You think?
It's now up to 13,873.
Stop!
It's a good thing you're not using your daughter's computer.
Her school computer.
Instant expulsion.
Oh, well.
Well, I hate to say it, guys. If she's got virus, you guys all have it now too.
How's
Uh-oh.
that?
No,
Uh-oh.
everybody's gonna unfriend
Because you're talking to her and she's got a virus.
No.
Yeah.
Are we going to have to get tested?
Yes, you guys are going to have to get porn tested.
Oh no.
And then, therefore, porn approved.
Right.
Fine.
You guys
Why
should
are
have
we
been
talking
wearing a
about
mask
porn?
and it wouldn't have happened.
It's 56 degrees out and we got the air on.
I didn't put it in.
Son
Here
of
we go.
a hutch. Oh, this has got to stop.
Tracy, unless your windows are opened, it's not that cold in the house. You got to open windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it.
Hey, Tracy. Okay, Mary. You can't go by what's outside. If your house is 100 degrees inside, your air's going to go on,
Yeah.
even if it's 50 degrees outside.
You got to bring that air in.
Are they still talking 90 degrees this week?
Is it Tracy? You got to go for a role of angry suburbanite man.
I know.
Yeah, I
right?
am. I'm
Archie
I-
2.0.
I'm so comfortable.
Mr.
I'm so
Cratchit.
comfortable. I'm so comfortable. It gives me discomfort.
Shut up.
That
He's
would
in
be
a-
the
he's
little
in a-
tagline. I could
He's
play
in a
that role. That would be so
thermostatic
good. It'd be
rage
perfect.
right now.
I have that resting, male bitch face. It's all good.
Resting male bitch face.
Yeah, it's a concept.
Yeah. Well, you got a point there.
You got a point there.
You feel better, Rick?
That felt good.
Yeah.
It's 65 degrees in my house.
The windows
Oh.
are wide open.
Juice, turn the heat on.
No, man, I got to turn the air on tomorrow.
This is crazy.
It's supposed to be in the 90s next week.
Not next
Yeah.
week, in like 3 days.
Oh, okay, the air went off, guys.
Well, that's next week, Gina.
You know what?
For those of you
I
scoring,
heard Sunday it's going to be 90.
Right.
yeah, Sunday, Monday.
And I was gonna go to my parents and like live, all like large and with the air conditioning and barbecue. And now
You
my
guys
dad
can,
said,
hey, you and Marty can come here. I got air conditioning.
I can't drive that far.
Just drive 37 miles an hour, set the cruise control. You'll be here by Tuesday.
I should have taken Dominic's car.
There you go.
It's sitting in Mantino
What's it doing in Mantino?
because that's where his buddy lives or works or whatever. So they can go
Oh,
to the airport. So that should be interesting. I hope he doesn't have to get bailed out of jail because I don't
Hey,
have.
you guys live near Mantino?
I'm kind of close.
Well, No, I think yesterday when I looked, it was like 45 minutes from here. So,
Okay. Do you guys remember growing up and
No.
people talking about like an insane asylum, a sane asylum in Mantino?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a closed down. It's a big thing for Halloween.
Yeah. They were known for it.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about that because we were
It's
talking
haunted.
about, because of that whole gun thing, people, all those kids got killed and the teacher and
Yeah.
everything. And mental health is like a big issue. And all that was defunded by the Democrats and Republicans, took all that money away.
Wow.
And it closed down the one in Tinley Park.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
it closed down the one in Mantino.
I remember driving down Harlem Avenue, and it would say, "Do not pick up hitchhikers." along
Right.
there.
But
Yeah, and Tinley, I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting because I remember when I was a kid, people would, they would make fun of, oh, he's going crazy. He's going to end up in
I'll
Mantino.
reimburse you.
Yeah, right.
Well, we ended up at the 5th floor at Christ.
Oh, is that a
smells like
psychiatric ward?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be.
it's either that or it's double lettuce.
What is your dream in life?
I
Double
can't win.
lettuce.
Double lettuce. That's what my niece and I call
They're
it.
smelling skunk now.
Or it's either that or double lettuce. I'm telling you.
I
What
much
is
more.
she smelling?
skunk, because they opened the
Weed?
doors in the window.
Oh, I thought you meant weed.
She says devil. She's saying devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
Skunk is weed. Devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Hey, you
I've
got
never
it?
heard that term.
Oh, that's what
Oh yeah.
That's because we weren't real burnouts. These guys were professional.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's hipster talk.
We were real.
That's hipster talk. That's my
We were-
22-year-old nieces call
We,
it.
we were real burnouts. We were the real thing.
I got high when I got on the bus the other day. Dave, what's with the RTA? They're letting them smoke on
Wow.
the bus, and it smelled like reefer.
Whoa!
Nice.
Hey, it's better than piss.
There you go.
No, that you get to smell that at the Orange Line.
Oh,
on
Oh, in
Roosevelt.
New Orleans in the summer.
Hey,
Ain't
our
that different?
generation is the reason why it's legal in a lot of places now.
Yeah, I walked on the bus and literally, I was worried about smelling like that going into work.
Maybe it was the bus driver.
I don't know. All I know is I walked as soon as I got on the bus and put my Ventra card on the machine, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it smells.
It's like going to a concert.
Hmm.
You
For
hear
a
the
lot of
first.
White Sox games back in the day too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
By the 5th inning, if not the 3rd inning, depends on what was going on.
Yeah.
How about when we got to a toll concert, the guy dropped his pipe. Remember, and he asked me, you want some? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Dun, dun, dun.
There wasn't much weed smoked on your block that I remember. It was mainly drinking.
It was the block over.
No, our friends were drunks. They weren't burnouts.
Right.
Was there Bogarting going on? Remember that? Hey,
No, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
like Rick said, it was like the next block over. On
where did that phrase come from? Bogart.
You wouldn't pass it up. Give it up.
No, he knows what it means,
Bogarting.
but where did the term come from?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's it in reference to?
There you go. Who's in charge of
Was
information?
Was
Gina.
Humphrey
I don't know,
Bogart
'cause
like
now I'll just
Bogarting
have,
his
like-
weed?
God knows what. I'm afraid to say,
I do remember people saying, "Oh man, don't Humphrey that."
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Come on. Come on.
Fucking Dan.
there was that song, "Don't Bogart That Joint," my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Who sang that?
I don't remember, but there was an actual song about it.
Oh, you know whose anniversary of the death is today?
No.
Greg Allman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 5 years.
Oh, Greg Allman,
Yeah.
not the brother.
No, Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne. He's the
He
one
died
that
a
died
long time.
with the peach truck.
When there
Yeah.
was married to Cher, correct? Isn't
He got-
Craig married to Cher?
Didn't he get?
He
He
get
was
killed on his
married
bike?
to Cher for a while.
Yeah, and they have Elijah Blue as their son.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So it says an early prominent use of the term in reference to hogging a joint, marijuana, cigarette, appeared in the lyrics of the song "Don't Bogart Me," also known as "Don't Bogart That Joint."
Oh,
by
that's
the
exactly
American
what I was
band.
looking for. Who sings it?
In the American band Fraternity of Men. The song was released on an album in 1968 from the 1969 film Easy Rider.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. So
Oh,
there's
okay,
an Easy
that makes
Rider
sense.
reference to it.
So
So they
I
must.
guess the
they must
American
have
band,
referenced it there.
the American band Fraternity of Men.
Hmm.
That was a great
Sounds
movie.
like a Woodstock song, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure
Yeah.
does. Who said don't Bogart that joint, my friend?
If we need to make a documentary about Country Joe, Dan, you could star as
Country Joe and the Fish.
Yeah, Country
That'd be
Joe.
awesome.
Didn't they sing
We saw his doppelganger at the Bacon Fest.
1, 2, 3, 4?
What are we fighting for?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vietnam rag.
Yeah.
We don't give a damn. We're all going to Vietnam.
Right.
I still think my favorite act at that whole, that documentary on TV was Richie Havens.
And he was like the first.
Yeah, he
more
was
or
one
less
of the first.
or maybe
acts.
one of the first.
Yeah.
And then they didn't have anybody else to go on stage, so they said, "You got any more?" And he was
Yeah.
on stage for a long time.
They had a couple people backstage that just played impromptu too. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that. We had a friend, Dara and I met working at Moraine Valley McDonald's. That's how we met.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Oh, I used to
And
go
that-
there when I went there.
Yeah. So
That was my
when they
favorite
opened,
McDonald's.
when they opened the student center, they hired like like 100 people. And then at the end of the first semester, because they kept cutting hours and firing people, and it got from 100 down to 15. So Dar and I were 2 of the 15. But
Wow.
then the 15 all became friends with one another. And then the 15 basically started dating each other. So
There's
there were a lot
book
of
in there.
couples that came out of that group. But the one fella, Tommy, he would have a house party that would go on for days, and he called it the Woodstock Party because he would play like a VHS recording
In the
of
background?
the movie. So the movie would just be playing like incessantly, and the party was just going incessantly. And it was funny because like all walks of life were coming into the house, and he would just like look at the person and just charge them random money for the keg. And we didn't have to pay. We had card. I had to pay. I don't even remember
Yeah,
that.
you had to pay. I never had to pay because I
Dar remembers everything. I plead no contest. So
no, and Tommy never charged me. I never got charged.
I don't remember
Why?
why.
Because I was always the sober one, handling everybody. I was the keeper of the keys.
Oh, I understand that. I used to be that person.
Yeah, right.
Even my guy friends are like, "Don't mess." Do you ever see that when she's mad? Tracy, I told you I get green. Well, that's when I'm sick, and when I'm mad, watch out. You're in more trouble.
Yeah.
Ask about the plasterboard that I punched at the McDonald's in Downers Grove. Everybody thought a guy did it, and everybody's like, "Man, I wonder who got pissed off." Trace was the only one that knew because I told them.
Wow, the rage.
They thought that a
temper.
guy did it. So
Yeah.
when my Polish Bohemian temper gets it added up,
Tracy, you better be careful, man. You'll be the next one.
Well, he's smart. He knows.
I've been ducking, dodging, and hiding for
Rick,
We
you
need to start a support group.
fat lip.
37 and a half years.
They don't
Wow.
know
There are people that have been married for more than 30 years. Yeah.
It kind of almost sounds like a Johnny and Amber part 2.
Yeah. That's a good one, part 2.
The
Part doo-doo.
You know, when you said the 15, that's got a book title, you know? That
Yeah,
could be a
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
The
it was
15.
very,
Our niece, well, one of our nieces and one of our nephews wrote the fat lip story. Trace will have to tell you that.
He's like, yeah,
Trace
I
got
can't
the fat
tell
lip.
it while she's in the room.
He's kidding.
because yes, you will be checked for not.
Fatter, but that's okay.
There might have to be a special report.
Yeah, they each wrote a paper and they got A's, and my brother-in-law was jealous because they didn't write about him.
Tracy, blink twice
What
if
about
you're in
me?
trouble.
They honestly don't know the fat lip story.
No, they don't know
in the snow at 2:00 in the morning, and a little guy saying, "He ain't worth it. Come on in the car with us." I'm like, "Get the hell away from me."
Yeah, Dart. Well, I don't know if I should.
He's
I
like,
don't know.
well, maybe this is for a different day. Well, you
I
know,
feel like if I tell it, you're gonna correct it.
Don't tell him.
Heaven forbid it come out correct.
He's worried.
Needs correction. I'll give the unabridged version.
yeah.
Version.
Tracy, blink
Yep.
twice.
I'm in trouble.
Where'd Dan go?
I
And
don't
looking,
know. He faded to black.
He's looking for a prop.
Macy's to make sure he's okay.
Should I tell the story?
you can tell the story.
Just tell it right.
Well, yeah, this was early on in the relationship. I mean, we were just starting to date. Was it the first year of dating?
Probably first year and a half.
Yeah. Well, we just, got into an argument, and I was taking her home, and then, we're arguing, and then at one point she backhands me.
Wow.
Hard out. But
I knew it.
this is what happened. We were at 9th and Roberts
Oh,
Road,
good Lord.
and I said something. He's like, "Shut up, bitch." I'm like, "Did you just call me a bitch?"
Ooh!
And I like, and then I backhand him when he goes, "If I got a fat lip, bitch, it's on your head." That's what he said.
Well, he was setting a precedence that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I dropped her off.
That's why
I
he's
go
afraid to tell the story incorrectly right now.
I go. I drop her off. It's 2 miles from my house to her house. So go home, just chill out, and I went to bed. So I don't know, maybe a half hour into my sleep, I hear somebody knocking on the glass window of my
man.
bedroom.
It's like
And you know how
Salem's
when you're in a
Lot.
sleep, you're like, and you get startled and you're like, what the, and sure enough, Dar's on the out. This is in the dead of winter, by the way. It was snowing out. Dar walked 2 miles in a pair of slippers, like,
They were faux Uggs.
yeah, it was like, like having pajamas with the feet in them, but they were slippers. She walked in the snow 2 miles to my house, and she was upset. She was crying because she hit me.
I didn't hit you. I felt bad.
She battered you.
Yes, I didn't hit him. He did not get hit.
Yeah, she barely,
I felt bad, so I went to apologize.
Yeah, so this is 2:30 in the morning in the snow. She's
Tracy went
soaking
to
wet.
sleep and she went to apologize. See how that
Yeah.
worked
Yeah, that just, that'll, so I was wrong on every level, right? And so that night, that was a game changer.
Then about the next morning, your mom said, "Oh, there's some animal foot."
Yeah, my mom says, look, there's some odd like animal prints in the front yard.
out? Odd animal
That animal was there.
I had to dry that animal off and take care of her.
And now you get to share that now. So that means
And then,
that
and then I got to drive her home again.
Wasn't that nice?
It was a beautiful thing.
well, It
I
just
bet you
makes
never. I bet you
stronger.
never swore at her again, did you?
Well,
Yeah,
that's for another.
That could go. We could do that live next week.
that was a. Oh yeah, we should do a reenactment, right?
Hey Tracy, if your mouth would have been open, it could have been love at first bite.
There you go. Hey, if the cameras would have been rolling, that would have been one hell of a self tape.
Hey, you know the
Right.
scariest movie where somebody's tapping on a window was Salem's Lot.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
yeah.
His buddy was
Uh,
like a vampire floating outside the window.
Yeah.
oh wow.
Yeah, that was a messed up movie.
Yeah, my mom used to love those horror flicks. She,
Oh yeah, creature
Really?
feature.
oh god, we'd have the whole house would be dark, and the TV would just be glowing, and we'd
Yeah,
be
and
watching.
then after the
Oh,
movie, every
man.
light in the house was on.
Well, what
We had them all off, and boy, we'd get.
Rosensteels don't believe in hot lights in the house.
I can vividly remember like Friday nights of watching those movies, and every light in the house was off. That was such a big
Yeah.
deal. It was like a movie theater at home.
But you guys never put lights on at night.
Yeah, my dad was famous for like sitting in the dark room. He'd be watching boxing, and it was like you were at the arena. You know, like everything was dark and nothing. You could see nothing but the ring, albeit on TV. It was like being there. It was something else.
we would be watching scary movies and it'd be all silent. Everybody's real into it. And my brother would come in and he'd go like real loud, like one of those really loud claps and scare everybody. So we'd always be pissed off at him because he'd do it every single time.
You guys remember that one movie called Lost Boys? The Lost Boys?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That
yeah.
was another sleeper. I didn't think it was going to be good. And then I seen it. It was like, wow.
No,
Yeah.
man.
It had a great cast too.
Yep.
I can't
Mhm.
even remember who was in it. I know Kiefer Sutherland was in it for sure.
Wasn't it
All
like
of
a big
the
ensemble?
Yeah, it was a lot of real famous people in it.
All in there.
Was it like not the Brat Pack?
it was sort of that group. Yeah, you
You
know
know?
what I mean.
I'm gonna look it up, but it had a really good cast.
Yeah, I mean, Darren, I it was common. I mean, I think we went to the movies like once a week.
Oh, we did too when Mary and I was
Dayton.
dating. Yeah, even beyond dating, we used to go to the movies all the time.
Yeah.
Just since when we had kids, we stopped going to the movies a lot. We still went to the movies, but just not a lot.
Yeah, right.
That's why I know so many movies,
Mm-hmm.
because we went to the movies so much.
Marty
Right.
doesn't like going to movies because he falls asleep because he's so used to keep moving. As soon when he stops, then he shuts down. So
Yeah, that's common.
you know
You
what?
guys
We went to Disney and we went for like, I don't know, 10 days or something. He
Mhm.
literally was like physically ill for the first day and a half because his body
Oh no.
shut down.
Oh wow.
So
You guys want a good movie? It's called Hyena Road.
Mm.
It's on Netflix.
I never heard that.
It's a good movie.
Is it old?
What?
No,
Hyena Road.
Hyena Road. Yep.
I
Hyena.
thought he said I eat a rodent. I'm like, what? Rick,
No.
are you watching I eat a rodent movies?
Yeah.
The Who?
Just call him Ozzy.
It sounded like you said you're watching I Eat a Rodent. I'm like, what?
I was at that concert where Ozzy bit that head off.
Oh wow.
It was at the Aragon.
Oh man. Oh no kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Were you on the main floor, the standing room?
We were by the beer thing,
Uh-huh.
where they sold those buckets of beer.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Man, we get hammered. God.
Now look at how tall the it looks super tall right there.
Yeah, I
but
turned it because it just chimed. I don't know if you guys can hear the chimes.
The chimes are beautiful, aren't they?
So you do hear them.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
I'm
I
judging
don't.
by mine.
Yeah, because I stood next to it for the 10 o'clock chime, but you guys were talking and I don't think you were able to hear it.
We'll rewind it.
Yeah.
So the cast for the Lost Boys, it came out in
Okay.
1987.
Year I
it
graduated college.
was Corey Haim,
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland, Corey Feldman.
So the two Corys were in it.
Yes, exactly. Jason Patrick.
Huh.
I'm not sure who this guy is. Jameson Newlander.
No.
Jamie Gertz. She's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diane Wiest. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, sure.
Alex Winter, which I never knew he was in it. You know who Alex Winter is?
Don't know who that is.
Bill and Ted.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
He was the anemic vampire.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I seen that, and then all of a sudden my heart dropped. I'm like, what's going on? Because I was like,
You know what else was a good cult movie? I think was Fright Night
names. So he's talking about.
I don't
Remember
think I've
that
ever
with,
seen it.
with Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, I just put
Huh.
rest in peace to your grandma.
Was that a British film?
No, it was an American film.
Okay.
I remember it, but I don't remember ever seeing it.
And the neighbor was a vampire,
Oh yeah.
and he moved in, and he says you can't come in the house unless you're invited. And he's like, "How'd you get in my house?" Your mother invited me in.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you take
And his friend got bit, turned into a vampire, and can't believe you guys don't remember that movie.
I remember the
I've heard of
name,
it, but I
don't
never
think
seen
I
it.
ever seen it.
No.
Hmm.
What's little man doing up? You're up, little man. It's 10:15.
What you call it?
Oh,
I was gonna say something about somebody that wasn't here, but I'm not. Yeah, I don't know any of these people.
Of
From
what?
what?
Cast
From what movie?
Fright Night.
Oh,
What movie?
Oh boy. Hmm.
okay,
Oh,
will do. All right.
Roddy McDowell, not Malcolm McDowell. Roddy McDowell.
Well, I'm thinking like 5:30. I'm gonna try and get you. So yeah. All right then. All right.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Roddy McDowell.
He's good.
Peter Vincent, that was his name. He was the famous vampire killer.
now was Rowdy McDowell? Was that the one from Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Dun dun dun.
Well, those movies were so popular.
Which ones?
The Planet of the Apes.
Oh, I really like them too.
Yeah.
I,
Even
you know,
the
I,
new
I,
ones.
I seen them at not all of them, but I seen a couple of them at Sheridan.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
just
no.
think about like how advanced all that stuff was for that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like their costumes and everything. Like that was
Amazing.
insane.
You know, some of the newer ones were interesting because they like did a like prequels where it showed like the beginning of
Yeah.
like them being in a laboratory and creating these who ends up becoming the the leaders of the Planet of the Apes.
Well, a lot of the newer ones too had the famous actors in it, like Duncan and Tim Roth.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
But if you are a fan of the ones from the whatever they are 70s or 80s, these went deeper into their stories and they were really good.
Well, when did they have like the movie recent, like in the last 8 years or something, 10 years?
The last one,
yeah.
2019, wasn't it? 17?
Maybe. I didn't,
Yeah, Woody Harrelson was in it.
Person garbage.
did he?
Oh, no
I
kidding.
didn't know that. Did you know that, Rick?
What's that?
Woody Harrelson was in that one.
Who?
Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he plays the main guy that basically runs the like outpost of military. That's basically
Oh, yeah.
survivors that's
You're
left.
right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Remember, he shaved
He was in
he
charge
shaved his
of-
head with the knife and stuff.
Yeah, and he was blasting all the ones that didn't follow his rule. Yeah,
All right.
I remember that.
Guess what year the original Planet of the Apes came out? I would have never guessed it.
1968.
Ah, you cheated.
1954.
I think that's
He
right.
looked it up.
1968. That's amazing.
It was
So,
Charlton Heston in the very first one.
I
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah.
when I saw that I thought it was wrong.
Yeah,
Who was the chick that didn't speak? She looked like
I know I asked her her name, but she didn't tell me.
Ah,
you suck.
that's a Danny joke if I ever heard
That-
one.
That's just yeah. Where's Ed McMahon?
I love it, Gina.
Timing is everything.
Yeah.
So the women in the original Planet of the Apes was Linda Harrison,
Mm.
Kim Hunter,
That's her.
and then some of the guys: Maurice Evans, James Whitmore,
Uh-huh.
Robert Gunner, James Daly. And a lot of these people I don't even know who they are.
Alex, did you guys ever go and see the Top Gun Maverick yet?
No, but it came out today.
I was gonna say today's the
Okay.
first day for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Is it streaming or is it out the theater?
theaters.
No, theater. Somebody I talked, a friend texted me the other day and said that he was going to watch it and he was at the IMAX. That's right. That's got to be cool. That movie.
Oh, yeah,
know,
that'd be cool.
I was watching some of that today on how they made it. You know, they were actually in them fighter planes.
I know that's amazing.
Yeah.
Tom
GoPros.
Cruise doesn't half-ass stuff. He does everything.
Wow.
When he does movies.
Because I remember they were saying they were going to put some GoPros in these planes, and the
Mhm.
pilots were like, "That's GoPros." The whole plane was just cameras.
Wow.
And
They had a bunch of cameras in them.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. Good.
but they were actually doing Mach 2 and 3 in them things, man. I like,
Woo.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
they must have had
they contracted it out to the government. They had to pay the government $1.3 million so they could use the planes. So they allowed them to use the planes.
Well,
Yeah, probably to film you have 3 hours.
did you see? Do you guys watch James Corden, the Late Late Show?
Oh yeah, I seen that with Tom.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
With
that
Tom
was
Cruise
awesome.
took him up in the plane.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
hilarious. Tom Cruise was
Oh,
flying.
man.
I'm out of here. Where you going? We're in the middle of the desert.
I didn't see it.
Oh, it was hilarious.
It's one of my friends posted it.
No kidding. Man.
We're gonna do a roll now. You ready?
Wow.
I
I
couldn't.
think it was wasn't it? It was a P-51 Mustang, I think.
Mm.
Think if that's at the IMAX and you're in it, I would be like,
Oh, I would have lost it.
yep. I told you I couldn't go on that one. You could fly. Is that like at Disney or is that the Museum of Science and Industry, where you're in that like tunnel and you feel like you're like just like there's mountains and stuff around you and you're kind of going through. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
No,
No.
I
That's
know
what
they
it
did
was
that.
called.
They did that at. I think it was the Field Museum where they had the Omnimax, and they were going through that time tunnel, and all of a sudden
Am
you
I
came
talking
out.
to myself?
Holy shit, woman! You're just violent tonight.
You just literally described what I asked you, and you're like, "No, I never heard that." And then almost word for word, you're like, "But I do remember this." I'm like,
I don't know. That's what you were talking about, you pinhead, fucking mind reader.
He's having a
Oh.
blind moment, Gina. Just
oh,
disregard.
and you guys are
Holy-
listening to him like, really? Really?
Yeah, let's hear it from the two Ambers.
Wow.
Oh man. We may have hit a new low.
I'm sorry, Gina. Did you say something?
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Gina.
No, don't be sorry. I love it. I think it's funny. Actually. Now, if Marty did that, I'd be like, "What the? Why aren't you listening to me?" Blah 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 blah.
My cousin was doing that to me once, Margie. You know Margie.
Yeah.
And she blah 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 blah. And she's like, Blotto, did you hear what I just said? I said, I turned you off 5 fucking minutes ago.
Wow. Anyway, where was that at? Since you know, because I don't remember.
I think it was the Field Museum, wasn't it?
That's what I think.
The Omnimax, they had the big screen.
Yeah.
And you're sitting real low and it's just flying, zzz, and then all of a sudden you're in space. Half the crowd lost it and fell out of the chairs.
Wasn't the museum one of the first places that actually had that screen?
I think so.
And then the movie
Yeah.
theaters started doing them?
Yeah. Because there was another one there, the Grand Canyon. We went to that one too,
Oh, wow.
where they were going over the falls and the mountains and stuff. It's like, holy
Yeah.
shit. You were actually hanging on tight to your chair.
And they had one of those at Great America.
I think that's called the Eagle.
Mm.
There is a ride that I don't know if it's Great America or Disney where it's just a closed, like it's small. You could probably
That's Back to the Future,
30. Well, is it?
where that T-Rex eats you at the end.
No. It's just a box. They
Yeah.
close it in and it just like shakes.
Spoiler alert.
And yeah, it's kind but it feels like you're falling and flying and
That's how it was with the Back to the Future. They had all the red lights and warnings. And if you got a heart condition, turn back.
Mm.
Yeah, while you're in line, it's like go.
Oh, it scares the hell out of
You
you.
get in the seat. No, that was the Jurassic Park at Disney. You get in this seat, and it's like aboard. And I think one of my kids were like, "Come on, we gotta get off." I'm like, "Oh, sit down."
I know my
I'm
uncle.
like, "Oh God."
My uncle got off that one, and all that came out was foam from the old style.
Oh God.
He just shook it,
Wow.
shook him up like a beer can, man, and it just
Oh, man.
spewed.
A shook beer can.
It was just, what would you call it? Foam vomit?
Ew.
Vomit
It's called
foam?
like that bio.
Vomit foam?
No, it's a bio thing.
Ugh.
Yeah, I've seen that. Hey, Dan went skeleton on us.
He looks like one of them guys from the porn set.
And the little cool dude is on the left.
Yeah, he's the director.
He always
Where's
looks
the
very
other,
calm.
where's the other guy? We haven't seen the other guy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to
Dan, what'd
Davey.
you do with the other guy?
Construction?
I took him apart.
I thought you did.
He's under construction, like Gina said.
Do you put the cones out?
Tell me.
I actually took off Red's head
Ah,
and put him on.
reanimated.
I put him on the pirate one, and I took Red's body, and I'm reworking on it.
You have a lab coat?
I don't.
Oh,
Somebody
Dr.
named Igor helping you?
Frankenstein.
What's that?
It's alive.
Oh,
I'll have to steal one from the set of Chicago Med.
see, in the summer now, I won't have a lot of time to work on it. That's more
Really?
Normal.
yeah, because I've got all my outdoor stuff I got to do now.
Oh, no. You transitioned to the outdoor season?
Yep.
Hey, how's your garden going? That one you were doing?
Oh, speaking of that,
Yeah.
that's why I shut off my view.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice, huh? Those are all from
Really
inside my
nice.
house.
those got to be sweet too, huh?
You know what? Surprisingly, they're not as sweet as they look.
Really?
They're not bad, but they're not like, sometimes you get the cherry tomatoes and they
Yeah,
almost taste like a
Sugar.
cherry or something or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Uh-huh.
these are good. They're just not to that caliber. And I think the problem is because you're not growing them in soil, you're just basically growing them in vitamins and water. They don't get that as much
Like a
of taste.
biodome. Yeah.
But what I'm going to do, because they got so big that I had to put them outside now, I'm going to take and put them in dirt for the summer. And then it takes about maybe 2 months to grow from a seed to where they start fruiting. I mean, like the way you see now. So I think I'm going to do a whole fresh batch of them. And then what is it? June, July, August. So like around July or something, I'll have a whole fresh batch again.
Nice.
Now it's like 3 minutes fast.
You know, when you do them outside, you leave a couple on the vines at the end of the season and let them just fall into the ground, and you'll double your yield the next year.
Hey, Dan, since I'm sitting right next to it, I turned my camera over so you can see the
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
live action right here.
Right.
There we go.
Now I cut that whole center section was all full of lettuce, which the lettuce got so big that
Did it get?
the lettuce got so big that it went out of control. So I ended up cutting all that out, and all that's left now is just the smaller tomato plants. Now I've got a bunch of tomato plants outside now, though.
You're gonna have to rename this show Dan's Yard.
Yeah, right. The garden,
The summer sessions.
Dan's garden.
Dan's Garden. There you go.
That way, if I do like a logo with a DG, I can use it for both Dan's Garage and Dan's Garden.
Or the Mean
Oh, there
Gardens
you
of
go.
Justice.
Got some good continuity there.
Right.
Right.
We lost your visual for a minute, Trace, but you're back on again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, you're back on.
You're gonna go. Yeah, I think I just tapped the phone. Yeah.
You're getting some
Oh,
freaky perspective this time around because you're walking around with your phone.
Yeah, I know. It's Trace Cam.
Hey, did you guys, speaking of Amber and Johnny, they did the one with The Shining, and they had Amber breaking through the door with the axe, and it was Johnny
no
Depp
kidding.
on the other side.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh my God.
I have to look for that.
There's a bunch of them out there.
Wow.
Yeah. Gina,
All right.
are you okay?
She's got her voice off.
Oh,
I think she's
Yeah, no
talking to
idea,
somebody.
probably.
blink twice if you're okay. Okay.
Jake from State Farm.
Okay, there you go.
Now she's back. Now she's rolling.
Or Stanley.
Teenage angst. Okay. If I say that loud enough, she'll come down and yell at me. Okay, I can turn it back up now. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. God, you guys are quiet.
So I opened up my pull today
Oh
That's
wow,
nice.
nice.
because
My parents opened up theirs last week.
really Alex and Katie were coming in, so I wanted to get it all ready for them because they're going to be here for a few days.
You got it heated, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Alex, did you happen to look at the temperature, what it was today?
I did not, but I could tell you it was definitely probably in the mid to upper 70s at least. At least.
It doesn't take too long. You
Yeah,
know, if you put it on in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what my parents, they said that's the best thing they ever did was get their pool heated.
Oh, you in the Chicago area, you have to.
Yeah,
You know,
really. extend
otherwise
the
you'd only
season.
find like 4 days to go swimming. You know
Oh,
what I'm
remember back in the day?
Yes.
saying?
Go over to Aunt Judy's and, you know, it's July, you jump in the pool and it's still 48 degrees.
Well,
Yeah.
we had
Oh,
a pool and
Really?
Mary had a pool.
no, but you know what I'm talking
I think we were the only ones on the block that had a pool, us and Mary.
about. We had one on ours.
On our block, it was us and the Zicks.
We had the 30 by 24.
Wow, you had a big one.
Yeah, we had a big pool.
No, the one that my parents have now is, I don't know. It's the odd long ones.
That was the hit of the kegger parties.
Yeah.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my dad's like, he wouldn't go in the pool hardly ever. And, you know, in their current house, because he's like, he doesn't like it cold. So, yeah, after they did that, he goes in all the time. And sometimes we're like, okay, it's a little too warm, turn it off. Like, you know, this is not refreshing.
Yeah, well, that's the same with me. I won't get into
Yeah.
a cold pool.
Take cold
It's not
showers, so it doesn't really matter to
enjoyable.
me.
Was it?
But it's
Alex?
dangerous for people our age.
Right, because any more shrinkage would make it disappear.
Well, you look like a bobber out fishing, you know, when they finally find you, you're bouncing up and down in the pool.
Yeah, it's not a pretty sight, but it's not supposed to be.
Back in the day, though, my mom, she would go someplace in Indiana. She'd buy a half a cow, like once a month,
Wow.
and put it in the freezer out in the garage.
Mm.
And it's summertime, and somebody go get some beer. You know, I'll get some T-bones on the grill, get the stereo blaring,
Excuse
pool's
me.
ready.
Why weren't you calling our block instead of us ordering pizzas to Dan's van?
Right.
Because you had Dan's van.
We would have liked some steak.
You could have came over.
Yeah, okay. We
You know that.
we didn't know how to party like you guys did. We would have.
No, you definitely did. You were amateurs. That's true. Usually we'd make you stand at the curb and just watch us.
Rick would have smoked the meat.
Hell yeah.
Literally.
Rick was like, "You want some?" Psych.
That would be Rick. Wow.
Rick,
That
the
was-
young street creature.
It's okay. We had interesting times.
The fun part was when St. Fabian's had their carnival.
Mm.
That was later though.
Because my Uncle Pat was in charge of the beer tent.
Oh wow.
So I got to work behind the beer truck and all that. So, you know, you're just pounding them left and right.
When we were younger, it was always the ones at worst, but like we talked about that one day.
Yeah.
Rick, you had the truck doing a wheelie.
Did the what?
It said you had the truck doing a wheelie.
A
Yeah.
wheelie.
Yeah,
Wee-wee.
a wheelie. So you were it was tilting the beverages your way.
Yeah. That was
They were-
like, did
they
you
were
ever go
rolling
to
off
one
the
of
trailer.
Remus's? Did you ever go to one of Remus's picnics, Trace?
No, I don't think so.
Those-
I did the Porky
Those were
Pig.
fun.
Yeah, they were called the Porky Pig.
Yeah. They
Oh,
had
no
like 3 or
shit.
4 beer trucks there, and they'd
Oh
have
my god.
like 5 or 6 pigs on a spit.
Yep.
They'd have lamb. And
Gambling,
they had,
like big time gambling, like
oh yeah.
hundreds of dollars. Like
And then they had the gold gloves. Windy City Boxing was there.
Mm.
It was a good time, man.
Yep.
I think it was $20 back in the day or something like that.
Oh my god.
And at the
But
time,
I-
it was called the men's picnic. But
yeah,
now
and the
they
bus,
now they allow women
bus,
too.
the school bus would pick you up right in front of your, where we were, right in front of the house.
Uh-huh.
And you take that, so you didn't have to worry about drinking and driving. And it
Oh
was a good
man.
time.
The one
I
year,
hung
bet.
around with them in my 20s.
the
Yeah,
one
you were
year it got
saying that.
busted.
Yeah.
The state police came in and busted.
Yeah, I remember that. Somebody ratted.
There was some high stakes poker though.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
I'm surprised you turned the light off.
I think they had a chili contest too.
Did you want that later?
Yeah, I kind of remember that. But
If
I
you
don't-
want it off.
sure.
Did you want it off?
Do you want the later? I can put it back on. I'm just getting my clothes together because I got the
Yeah, I was gonna say leave it on.
Let everybody get quiet.
I'm having lighting direction issues. Oh, much better. Thank you.
So, Alex, you get that podcast going yet?
Oh, but I got everything ready, and I've
Do
just
ya?
been doing scripts like crazy.
There you go.
Wow. What's the subject?
5
matter of
episodes.
the podcast?
I'm going to do digital currency, politics, and business.
Oh, my.
Nice.
I'm
You know,
having a
the-
hell of a lot of
You
fun.
know,
doing it,
you know
too.
the same stuff we do.
Yeah,
Yeah, the same
we
stuff.
do keggers, porn, and weed.
Not necessarily in that order.
Not
Yeah, right.
necessarily.
I'm in the wrong spot. I'm in the wrong spot then. I need to get on the other side.
Come to the dark side, Alex.
You know, if you keep talking about those subjects, you'll end up talking about our subjects.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, we try not to do politics on here, but politics is definitely interesting. But at least if you know that's what you're chiming in for, you know. You gotta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I listen to some financial. There's some financials I listen to, like the Motley Fool. They have several different podcasts that I'll kind of tune into and listen to, and it varies, in terms of the information and subject matter and such.
Right. Well, I mean, I like talking politics as long as that we could do it like adults and respect each other's differences. I think it's
because it gets out of control sometimes. It's like, just shut up already.
Yeah.
But that's when people don't know how to talk about it.
Well, they don't know how to talk civil.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Right. I don't mind it whenever you're like sharing opinions, not insulting each other.
Yeah, a lot of it turns 90% of it gets insulting, and it's like, whatever.
Hey, Gina, where?
Oh my gosh, that's my prairie.
I was about to ask you. Do you know where this is?
Yes, that's like in front of my driveway, probably.
That's right across the street.
Yeah. This is like if you guys are standing in the end of my driveway, because it looks like it's closer to my side than theirs.
Know who was on the track? Know who was on the tractor?
Is that you?
No, it kind of looks like me. That was Jim Paslowski.
Oh, you're kidding?
Really?
I was taking the photos. So I got a.
You
bunch
still
of
got
photos.
that tractor?
No, I got rid of it a few years ago.
Man,
I wished I didn't, but
that's a nice tractor.
it was awesome.
Is it a case?
It had it's hand built. I built that.
Really?
Yeah, that had a Chevy 350 in it, automatic transmission.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That was a dirt dauber.
But there was the only thing tractor on that whole tractor was the tires.
Wow.
Everything else was hand built and out of car parts.
You could have hooked up. You could have hooked up some NOS to that, man.
Yeah, that didn't need it.
7.5 second quarter on a tractor.
That thing, if with those knobby tires, I could smoke that thing a half a block.
Yeah.
You guys, that was the beauty of anybody who doesn't know my block. That there is nothing across the street, and at the end of the block was the railroad tracks. So
it's not like that anymore, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's still open prairie?
Yep.
I think that's because of the high lines, ain't it?
They did build some more buildings, but they couldn't build them underneath the wires because the wires are right there.
Right. They didn't, nothing this way on your side, Rick, between the two.
Gina, do you remember when that transformer got hit that one night across from you?
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yep.
Sounded like bombs going off, man.
Yep.
Boom, boom. Because you had that transformer right over there. Yep. That was wicked.
See, here's another picture of it.
That's nice.
I had it all chromed out.
Where was the motor out of?
A 1972 Monte Carlo.
Nice. So it still had the high compression.
Yeah, it was like 8.5 probably.
Nice.
It's crazy that you can like recognize a field when you're growing up.
I know. I was hoping that you would be able to recognize it.
Yeah.
But you lived with it for how many years?
Yeah, like 20.
Well, it's like the desert out in Vegas. You don't know how many bodies are out there.
Oh, they do now because Lake Mead's draining out there.
Yeah.
They found like 4 bodies.
Yeah, I heard that.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, they find them in barrels.
Yeah.
You'll find that girl from here.
Oh, that's Stacy.
Yeah. Let's release juice.
Well, this thing blows up pretty good.
Yeah, it does. What does it say on the side?
Road Warrior. This thing was only 2-wheel drive.
Was it NHRA certified?
No. I only used it for shows. I mean, it drove. So obviously.
This was for the purpose of exposition, correct?
Yeah, I built it to do car shows with.
You never got a ticket?
Oh no,
Drive
Oh.
it.
no.
Not in this jurisdiction.
Yeah, no, and actually, I don't know if they could give me a ticket because you could drive a tractor on the street.
Well, yeah, tractor,
Legally.
tractor, not a
Sounds like a country song.
400
Right.
horsepower dirt dauber.
You can drive my tractor on my street.
I know they're all over down here.
You can drive in this jurisdiction.
You got John Deere's going down the street with 14-foot tires on them here.
Yeah, those are nice, huh?
Nice.
They're huge,
Wow.
man. And when them combines
cool.
come down the street,
Oh,
it's
those
out
are
of the way.
giant.
They're huge, man.
You gotta admit that's some cool shit.
Yep. Well,
Gotta let it go.
Oh. There you go.
Oh, what I was meant to tell you guys, if you guys ever want me to include like pictures on the broadcast, just post them on Facebook and then I can pull them right up like I did for Tracy's clock.
Okay.
Yeah,
So like
that's
Gina,
great.
yeah, Gina, like you were talking, when you were talking about your parents,
Yeah.
I could have easily pulled those up if they were on
If they're on
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, okay, that's cool.
What year was their anniversary, Gina? 58?
Yeah.
Wow.
May 9th. 58 years.
God,
I know,
Oh
right?
wow.
that is definitely not recent.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
what year were they married then? Are
Um,
you
It would be
mathematicians?
1964.
May
Wow.
9th, 1964. So if anybody wants to do the math, I was born in March 1st, 1965.
Wow.
Rick's counting.
You were a honeymoon baby.
Yeah.
So you're 7.
And it's kind of funny because my aunt, the 100% Italian people she's like telling my grandmother, when did Yolanda get married? Did she get married in June or July? My grandmother's like, no, she got married in May.
So they were trying to figure it out, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The hens were heckling.
Hey,
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
was there a shotgun involved in that marriage?
Well, my grandfather was 100% Italian. You should have seen him. He looked like he was
Oh wow.
It was probably been a machine gun.
when he passed in
Paisan.
his 90s, he still had a full head of black hair.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, there's
Is the Italian in your family is it a Sicilian?
yes,
It's-
and I want to say, is it Calabrese?
Calabrese.
It
Calabrese
depends if they're from the north or the south.
or the South? I want to say they're from the South.
Yeah, the Sicilians are the South.
They're the darker skin, right?
Yeah, the Northern Italian is very Germanic.
Does that mean
You know,
they have a lot of germs?
Yeah, they're like high country. It's high country. It's German. It's
They're the lighter ones, right? With light hair.
yeah. So yeah.
You don't see a lot of them in gangster movies.
No,
And
It's always the Sicilians.
yeah, they're not stereotypical.
Well, the northern guys were goat farmers.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like the Sound of Music.
What?
The hills are alive with the sounds of Griswold.
Yoda lady, Yoda lady, Yoda lady.
The hills are alive with the sound of goats.
That was like one of my favorite movies, so you guys can just stop it.
European Vacation?
No, The
Oh,
Sound of Music.
That was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That was a really good movie.
That's one of Dar's favorites.
And my mom, I even had overalls made out of the same covers as the couch, not curtains. My overalls were the same as the couch covers.
There you go. See?
And I had a music box that played High on the Hill Stands a lonely goat herd lady, oh lady, oh lady.
I had a music box that did the
How did that go?
Edelweiss.
Oh, how pretty.
Yeah, I love
Oh.
I
it.
got a music box that does Stairway to Heaven.
Rick, now you're getting out of hand now. Come on. Stop pulling my leg, Rick.
Why?
Tracy's gonna get beat later.
Why, Rick? Misery loves company. Rick's like, I'll go to sleep, but I'll just like stir things up before I
Oh,
do.
stir the shit.
Wow.
Where's
Why?
Rendell sleeping?
Uh-oh.
Who's what?
I was saying for Rendell. I knew this was coming.
Yeah, where's Mike?
He's, if you can edit this one part.
Let's get back on the porch.
Well, he wasn't sure he was going to be on because of the holiday.
Well, he kind of gets never mind. Weird whenever people forget his birthday.
Uh-oh.
I didn't forget it.
Nobody
Didn't
forgot
somebody
it that I know of.
Nobody forgot his birthday.
Did anybody like wish him a happy birthday Sunday?
Yeah,
we all
I
did.
did.
Oh, okay, never mind. I guess it was me.
For-
Maybe
Bringer
you,
of gloom
maybe
and
you
doom?
didn't because you didn't realize it.
No, I'm not
Start-
friends with them on
I'm gonna
Facebook.
start calling
I'm not
Gina
friends with
CNN.
Mike on Facebook, and I'm not friends with Tracy on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they won't
Wow.
accept my friend request.
Wow, it sucks
Who
being you.
won't?
The hell with them, Tracy and Mike.
Oh my God. Did you send me a request? I'm so sorry.
I don't
Like
know.
4 times.
What
She
a
told
dick.
me.
We used to be friends on Facebook. You must have cleaned house, and I must have got the app.
Wow.
Time ago.
No, I've never done that.
Really? Maybe if you don't respond to each other's for a while, I wonder if it just falls off.
I'll have to look.
No. No, Gina, that
What
was a
happened there?
deliberate. No, that was deliberate, Gina.
You know, I've heard that if you don't use it for a while, it'll fall off.
Is that why you're without?
Absolutely.
Now he has a mangina.
Oh,
Scandal.
TMZ.
It's really called a magina.
Oh,
The bro or the man's ear.
Right. No, I don't know. Oh, wait. Now maybe I'm on in 2 places.
Oh,
What are you
again?
doing? Are you trying to sneak in again?
I am. Is that bad?
No.
No, I don't need to sneak in. It didn't. I'm getting better at this, you guys.
It sure looks like it.
Well, what are you trying to do?
Nothing. You know,
Well, that-
when
Well, that's exactly what's happening. Nothing. So
Shut up.
you've succeeded.
You've achieved your
Oh.
goal.
What is wrong with you guys?
We still haven't gotten a finger out of him.
She's practicing to be live.
Oh, okay.
Oh, can I flip off when we're live?
No,
Why?
Dan will have the feds at his house.
No, they won't. Speaking of that, I know.
The finger police.
Oh, come on, hit it. Okay.
the dreaded
I know
finger.
kids that like said something about like they want to kill their teacher because they were just mad at them, and then the Fed showed up at my friend's house.
Well, that was smart.
Well, like probably like 3 weeks later, and they're like, "What is going on? Look at what your son put on."
Oh, wow.
Gaming ones and
Well, the trouble with that is you never know nowadays.
right.
No.
Right.
They got to take everything serious.
Yeah, you basically do.
Well, my daughter's school, we got an email that there was some threats about the school, like right after all this stuff just happened, and that they spent like all night, combing the whole school to make sure it wasn't off fake
Didn't
threat.
that happen to some kid over at Argo not too long ago?
Yeah, it did. Was it last year or the year before?
Yeah, I remember that. He was
It
sending
happened at
threats.
Stag. They had a scare at Stag. They had to evacuate the whole school. Was that
Recently.
this year? Yeah, it was like this. I think it was this year, this school year. If it wasn't this year, it was.
No, it was when Jesse was still at school.
Oh, okay. It was a couple of years ago. So
Uh.
it was before the pandemic. I thought it was more recent than that.
It was during the pandemic.
Okay, a couple of
So-
years ago.
So it was still recent, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who had
Yeah.
water beds?
Anything since 2020 is profoundly
My-
recent.
My brother had a water bed. I never had one. And then my friends had water beds.
That was all the rage for a while.
In the 1970s, it was big.
And then you'd always hear about
In
the
the 80s.
Maybe into the 80s, but definitely the 70s.
Yeah.
I had to take a Dramamine every time I got on it.
Oh, you didn't have one, Rick?
Yeah, I did.
They were weird.
And my brothers.
If you didn't have heaters in them babies, they got cold.
Well, you could get your hips going, and then it was like automatic. It was like
Yeah, you didn't have to do any work, and then whenever you
no, it was like
you're like, what's going on? Did you lose your rhythm?
It's like cruise control. Wada, 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 wada.
You had the dogs on the other end of the bed jumping up and down. Rick's over here with like a treat for the dog on the side.
Never had a water.
You're a sick puppy, Gina.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Don't make it like that because I'm not inappropriate.
I think, Gina, what you were getting at, and then you would hear stories about them falling through floors.
Yeah.
Or the cat put a hole in it.
Yeah, right. Puncture.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. Oh, look at Dan. Check your messages.
Oh, okay. Did you do something? No, to put them on. Are you trying to tell me secret stuff, or you want me to put it on here?
No, it's just a message to you.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, if you message it to me, I won't be able to put it on.
No, it's on this message, this chat.
Oh, how come I don't see it? The one day you had
see
it
it
and
now?
it came right on.
Do you see? Can you see it now?
I'm looking. I am looking.
I'm looking.
I am looking.
He's looking.
Oh, chat right here.
Shh, don't read it out loud. Just take care of it.
Whoa.
Just gotta take care of it, Dan.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh.
We don't.
Release me, let me go.
Engelbert McGee.
Yeah, isn't that Humperdinck?
Humperdinky.
He was in, he wasn't in it. It was Wayne Newton was in Vacation.
Dar met that guy, called him Wayne.
No, Juice was sleeping for a while, and I just released.
Did somebody just vaporize
Mr.
him?
Newton for you.
That's what I said to. That's because I didn't want to say release Juice and wake him up. You know what I mean?
So what, you're giving the orders now, Gina?
No, it was a request.
Oh,
So
a request that Dan couldn't refuse.
Right. Yeah, she said.
The juicer.
She said, "Release him or else."
Yeah.
Gina with those wet gnocchis.
Well,
It's that Sicilian. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
Right.
Except that well, I just feel bad for him because, actually, I think it's good that we put him to sleep because then it's probably.
That sounds kind of cruel.
Right.
That's not as bad, Gina.
What?
Yeah.
What did we
I just
do?
mean
Wait a
that
minute.
he
Put
relaxes
him down. He
enough.
just-
Wait a minute.
Hey, we didn't do anything bad.
Yeah, I want to go on record saying we did that.
He's
You know.
he's right
Jeez.
now. He's on a farm.
Oh shit! Oh, shit. I can't believe I'm corroborated in this interrogation. Oh my!
We didn't put him to sleep. He's on a farm.
I didn't mean like that.
Oh man, I might not sleep tonight. Oh man. Oh man.
No, but he's really happy. I went out there and visited him. He's running in the prairies and.
Gonna have the feds at my door. Do you know this Gina Scalapini? I said, no, I don't know her. Get off my door.
Yeah. I heard she's putting people to sleep.
We're gonna call her the sleeper.
The first time.
Putting the sleeper hold on people.
She was
That's a
saying
good
something
alien.
about putting up. So he was saying something about water beds or swimming with the fishes or something. I don't know.
It seemed innocent at first. Oh wow.
Oh, Scalapini.
I'm glad he relaxes
Huh.
after his long, hard days of.
Yeah, no, he did good today.
Very
Yeah.
good.
I'm glad when he comes on.
Yeah, me too.
I thought Judy was gonna go a live feed tonight.
She was just maybe. I didn't really expect it,
He's
but it
out
would
of
have.
state, right?
Yeah, but it
Well,
doesn't
I
matter.
think that's where Arkansas is, Gina.
I didn't hear the part about
There he is.
Arkansas, Rick.
I think that was a rocket ship that just went past.
I don't know,
It's
it's
south of
kinda
Brookfield.
Kind of slow. Just so you guys know, I do act like a lady in public. I don't just walk around acting how I act with you guys on here.
No,
This is just for shits and giggles.
I've taken you
My
shopping.
kids are not embarrassed when I'm like, at the, the Catholic school. They're not like, oh, here comes the F-bomb, mom. They think-
They're the worst
F-bomb
for
mom.
swearing.
Yeah, isn't that ironic?
Catholic schools are notoriously swearers.
Yeah, it's ironic.
They're just angry all the time.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
yeah, I believe
Catholic
that.
schools?
Didn't you watch the Blues Brothers?
No, I had
Yeah.
children that went to Catholic school.
They had a penguin, right?
They did.
Oh my God.
The penguin.
Yeah.
Ours were Dominican nuns. They were all white.
Oh, Dominican penguins.
They weren't penguins.
That'd be a
They're
cool.
albino penguins, maybe.
Oh, wearing sunglasses.
You have me talking bad about nuns. Knock it off. How are you going to do that?
Tracy, what are you doing? He's tripping.
I don't know why.
Hands.
The sunlight?
Talk
What?
to the hand.
He's trying to get that good angle because you get a better angle if it's up and you don't have all that.
Camera tricks.
It is. Baby, no.
I saw something about Mr. Bill today on Facebook.
Mr. Bill, Mr. Bill.
Yeah,
Remember
no.
Mr. Bill?
that's gonna hurt.
You know, the clay thing from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that's so weird. That was very weird.
And then
Bill.
Super Dave Osborne too.
That
Clay
wasn't
hasn't
from
been the
Saturday Night
same.
Live, was it?
I don't know if he. I think he might have got a start on there. I don't know.
No, he was from
He was on HBO.
yeah, but
Clay
he was
made-
from,
That was after Saturday Night Live.
A very viable form of entertainment, and then with Mr. Bill, it
What-
got very weird.
What show was Super Dave on? That's a good question.
I know it.
He was on David Letterman.
No. He was from a
Tracy
regular I forgot what show he
Right,
was
don't-
on. He had his
Not
own
Larry
show
Sanders,
for a while.
right?
Oh, okay. I'm talking about Chris, whatever his name was.
Was it the Larry Sanders show? No,
I don't think so.
that was a good show.
Yeah, that'd be.
I gotta
that would
look
be-
that up now because I know what it is because I used to watch it.
Hey, is anybody going to go see the Bob's Burger movie?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm thinking it.
I'm just not
What show was Super?
the whole animation thing.
Really, you didn't go see the Simpsons movie?
No,
No,
just not
Spider
into that.
Pig?
That's because you don't smoke weed.
Yeah.
You can't watch The Simpsons. I watched The Simpsons before, and then somebody's like, you need to watch The Simpsons under the influence of certain things. And it was different.
Bizarre.
It was just,
He was on the show Bizarre.
but
Okay,
that's bizarre. I never.
I don't
never heard of
remember.
it.
That was like on Showtime or something. It was really a good show. I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
The one where he was playing the piano and he was going to
Oh,
attempt to
he
go
was
under the
just a
bridge.
guest on David Letterman.
John Biner. That
Yeah,
was the Bizarre guy was John Biner.
Oh, I remember that.
yeah.
Wasn't that Showtime
Yeah,
or?
I thought that was
That was-
HBO.
I mean, it
that
could
was-
have been. It was one of the pay
It
networks.
was way
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
then.
Yeah,
way
it was
back.
absolutely way back.
Back in the late '80s, I think.
Early 80s.
Was it early?
Yeah.
That's when cable was.
In
just
fact, it was
start-
1980. You can't get any earlier than that.
Yeah, we got cable. Well, we didn't get cable until 81.
We had to. Yeah, I remember when we got it too.
We got it during Christmas break in 81.
Okay,
Yeah.
sophomore year.
No, junior
Oh.
year. December 81.
It played between 1979 to 1986.
Okay.
So it had a pretty good run.
Yeah,
Now, when did you guys ever see on Netflix do you guys like Dave Letterman or no?
I do.
Oh yeah,
So have you
He's got
seen
that-
his stuff with the
this
my
next guest needs no introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
it's
you
a pretty
seen
good
any of
show.
them?
I've seen a couple of them.
Oh yeah, it's really good. But Will Smith is one of them on his new season. And at the very beginning, it says it opens with this was recorded before the Oscars.
Oh, really?
And then they showed it. Yeah. Yeah. It was prefaced with that. Yeah.
That was pre-violence.
Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty, but Billie Eilish was the first one, and then Will Smith. That's as far as I got so far, though.
Huh.
So I like it.
Billie Eilish is that blonde chick, right?
Well, she's blonde now, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
I like her. I don't know why, because she's like obviously not in any kind of my time period, but I like her, and I like her brother, and I like the stuff that's not when
very
they're jumping
weird
up and
relationship
down
with their
on those
brother.
things, but they're slower stuff.
What were you saying? Al?
She has a very weird relationship with her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Well, I
like
wonder if
too
it comes
close.
from being
Well, you know who else was like
homeschooled.
that?
The White Stripes.
The person that crap, no, I can't remember. I'll think about it.
Well, it's all that, like, they were raised in California, they were homeschooled, and she was saying in that interview with Dave Letterman that homeschool consisted of not sitting at the table and opening books and doing, somebody teaching. She said it was like in life experiences. So basically they didn't go to school, but
Yeah. Yeah, this whole homeschool thing is kind of like,
well, it's okay if you're mixing, that kind of life with actual structured, I think that's important.
Like working in a dirt field at 14.
Well, I mean, if that's all you do.
Yeah.
I just think you have to have balance, I mean.
I think it could work. It's just, it's definitely
A lot of times, sometimes it socially messes you up too, though. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, regular schools do too.
What is that?
Regular schools do too.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. Angelina Jolie, her and her brother had a weird relationship too.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, they did.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were weird. That was weird. And they
There's
were proud of it.
close, and then there's way beyond close.
Yeah.
What would David Letterman say? Really weird. Paul Schaefer.
David Letterman, I used to think, wow, how annoying. But as he got older, he matured, and I had a much different respect for him. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
So you like the CS era Letterman?
Yeah. I mean, I watched all the time, but I used to think, well, he's like such a smart ass. But as time's gone on, he's super intelligent too.
Well, he did some crazy stuff with the whole what do you call that? That stuff that you can put stick it on the wall. He put it all over his body.
Velcro?
The Velcro, yeah, he did that Velcro bit.
Well, wasn't he the one that would throw stuff off the building too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was him too.
Well, he did an interview with Lizzo, and I had no idea. She's like unbelievably. She's like an honor student. She's all this stuff. I think.
Oh
Lizzo.
no! Oh yeah.
Who was it, Gina?
Who? What?
Who was she?
Lizzo.
Never heard.
So
I never did. Is she a singer or
yeah, she's
actress?
She's very.
She's what?
She's a bad influence.
Yeah.
She's very decent.
But I was surprised that when he did the interview, that compared to what her music is,
What was that?
There's just
Somebody just ripped one?
no, the chair
It
squeaked.
sounded like it, didn't it?
It did.
No, he was putting down the leg for the recline.
That was a ripper. Check your shorts, whoever did it.
No, I was surprised that she was. It's amazing that somebody makes a living doing what she does, but she's super, super, super intelligent. She's like this unbelievable flute player. Like she could, whatever. I mean, and then you see what she does, and it's like, wow, I don't get it, But she's making money, so I guess that works for her. But I was surprised that she was all of what, the interview showed.
Alex, you said she's a bad influence?
Yes,
How so?
because she promotes that she was like almost 400 pounds is okay. That it's not a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's the bad part.
Yeah.
That's not good.
This
I
whole
mean, if
thing
you're trying
about
to
the
be body
body.
positive, that's okay. But to encourage it is something.
There's health aspects behind it that weren't okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, morbid obesity is morbid obesity.
Right.
This whole thing about proud body shaming and health is health. I mean, the bottom line.
No, but I have a daughter that could get caught up in that body shaming, and she's not obese at all. But because of how
It goes a bunch of different ways.
I mean, not everybody is mentally strong enough to separate that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Well, especially today, kids today are getting bombarded with so much bullshit.
right.
We didn't have that back in the day.
I more than you realize, probably.
I mean, let's put it this way. When someone talked behind your back, it was with a few people. Nowadays, when you put it on the internet, it could be thousands of people, depending on what friend you have.
Yeah,
That's true.
And back in the day, if somebody was talking shit about you, you'd go find them and beat the shit out of them.
No, that's what you would do. Not everybody's capable of
Not
that.
always.
No, I'm
Sometimes
just saying, if that was a choice that you made, you could do that. Some people cannot do that. They're not equipped with that.
Mostly it'd be somebody saying something about one of my sisters.
Right.
Or one of my cousins. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, but yeah, it's not good. But
It's cyberbullying bullshit. I know it is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of these kids, what they got to go through.
so many ways.
Right.
The worst thing is when you went into the bathroom and then you would say, for a good time, call 773.
Ah!
Now, that's a true story, though. Do you guys remember that or not?
Oh, yeah.
That was
The
like
stalls?
all the writing on
Well,
it.
then
That's
you'd
like your
call the
social media back then.
Right,
Yeah.
Call
exactly.
the number and you get one of the parents. Before you know it, you're talking shit, and then they're like, "Excuse me." Oh my god, I thought you.
Well,
Like,
you always get the bonus ones where the mother is a good time.
oh boy,
You're so stupid.
Mrs. Robinson,
That's
change that light
whenever
bulb for me.
Like you would be talking
Okay.
on the phone, and your parents could pick up the other line and hear your conversation.
Da-da-da-da. Start the music.
Did you guys have extensions in other rooms of the house?
No, we had one song.
Yeah, we
It's
had
okay. The
had
feds
two
and
phones.
Amazon does that for you now.
Yeah.
What's that? Alex?
She said when someone could pick up the other end of the line, I said no, just the feds and Amazon does that now. They just
Oh,
listen to
right.
you now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, if you didn't get it, just go knock on the wall. What did you say?
E pluribus unum.
Yeah. No, bullying is terrible.
It is.
Even being heavy, I was not really bullied at all. I was super lucky. Because
You know what it is, Gina? You were really nice.
Yeah.
It's hard to bully somebody that's like really nice
I
and
don't know.
considerate and likable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really is.
Well,
And if anybody ever said anything bad about you, they'd get their ass kicked. So
you have to make sure you know the right people, so then it doesn't ever come to that.
yeah.
All Gina would have had to do was talk to those guys that used to store their stuff in his garage.
That's right.
That's true.
What'd they say? Oh, we'll get, yeah. Where they live? Okay.
Believe
Well,
me,
you
they,
know,
they would have
2
done
o'clock
it
in the
too.
morning.
yeah, they would have.
They were not violent people, but
I think our side of Bridgeview was all hit squad.
they were good friends.
Yes. You know, I was at a barbecue, and I'm not going to name any names, but anyway, one of those people had a memory loss thing for a while.
Oh, I remember that.
Right. And so
But you know what? He don't.
You're so stupid. But anyway, I'm there and somebody asked me if I was somebody else that's from their more current group, but still that they've known for a long time, but not from our group.
Right.
So somebody goes, "Oh, are you so-and-so?" And with that, he goes, "No, that's Gina." And somebody looked at me like, how does he remember that? And I'm like, well, maybe I was like from that part of his life that, you know, like pre-memory loss. So, you know, and I wasn't around for years and years at that point, you know, but I just thought it was funny because people, a couple people were like, "Oh, I thought he didn't remember anything," like calling bullshit.
That's a strange story.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
That was like my sophomore and junior year. I don't remember too much.
that's completely different. A self-induced coma.
Was that a football injury or
A combination
Yeah.
of a lot of different things.
Call it that.
I discovered NyQuil too.
Seriously.
Oh yeah. If I couldn't sleep, take that camping.
The olden day melatonin.
Yeah.
NyQuil shot?
Yeah. Not shot, half the bottle.
Oh man.
Yeah. Tracy, you remember them days.
You know, it's kind of
Wow.
amazing you're as smart as you are.
Who?
You.
I'm dumber than
Hey, just think about how many
Yeah.
brain cells he would have if he didn't abuse himself.
And look at, and he's already this smart. Like I told him one day, like, you know, I didn't talk to him like as much as I have in the last couple of years, you know, throughout life, you know, whenever life, you know, we've been around for so long. But I'm like, I
Remarkable.
never knew that he knew as much as, you know what I mean? I didn't think he was dumb, but I didn't know how much,
I think they call that an idiot savant.
No, it's not. Like all of you, like talking, you don't realize how much, you know, what we know and what we don't know. And, you know, Alex is probably like, you guys don't know shit. You guys are all a bunch of box of rocks. But, you know, this is how the uneducated talk. We're smart, but we don't talk like it.
No,
We
this
got
is how
nothing
you
written
learn
down.
too.
Yeah.
Another way to learn.
As long as you're open to learning, you know, some people don't want to learn.
The smart people are the ones that want to learn. The ones
Yep.
that are smartest are the ones that want to learn. The ones that refuse to are not.
The ones that take the time to listen sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I think there's like, you know, some people have that sort of know-it-all mentality.
Right.
And then there's those that are always seeking knowledge, like never concluding, always trying to seek more knowledge.
But that
It sounds like every second of my life.
yeah. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
nobody went
Yeah,
to
like
college, but I'm just sometimes I'm sad that they didn't because they're so incredibly smart. I'm like, man, if you guys were
I
just
tried that college and it just didn't. I
They
did
sound
2
like they
years.
were smart. They sound
I
like they
did
were
2
smart.
years at Maureen Valley.
Dominic was like, you know, he was like in all accelerated classes and all that. And he wasn't interested. I mean, he went the first year and a half and did well, but I don't know, you know.
I didn't have any problem. It was just like, why do I have to learn this again?
Well,
Nobody
because
can answer that.
you can't
Nobody can
come
answer the
in-
question.
No, you can't come in and go up to here. You have to do this.
And I told them, I already know this shit. I don't
It
need
doesn't
this.
matter if you know it. It has to be documented. You have to do it.
Ugh.
Rick
Yeah.
gets called the game. You got to play the game.
Yeah, well, I went into tool and die, so
There you go. So it worked
Yeah.
out for you. But you know what I'm saying? That's why I get, you know, my kids are always like, well, we're not that smart. I'm like, you guys are super smart.
well, there's book smart and then there's smart.
No, but they have book smart and they have street smart,
Well, that's a rarity.
kind of. You know, Eileen's kind of naive. She kind of like, is all trusting.
What is street smart nowadays, though?
Don't put nudes of yourself on the internet. That would be street smart. Well, that'd be street stupid. But if you know all that stuff, no, seriously, like, don't be like, oh, I'm sharing this picture with you. No, you're not. Look at that. I don't know. It's kind of a scary world out there because there's so much access to everything.
See, street smart to us back in the day was getting a run, and knowing where to go and who to, you know what I mean? That's street smart.
Knowing when so and so was going to be
No.
hopeful enough.
Yeah.
No.
You had like a scouting report. Hey, this guy will buy, or
You guys
Yeah,
really
yeah,
think
exactly.
that's what? Oh my God, we have different ideas of what street smarts is.
Street smart means
It's how to
street
survive
smart.
in the streets, basically.
Yeah.
That's not surviving. That's finding an easy way to get what you want to drink.
Gina, are
Bingo.
you,
That's
are you
surviving.
Gina, are you talking about like being good with like working on cars or building stuff?
Yeah, partially, but knowing, like some people walk up and be like, hi, oh, what, you need a ride? Sure, get in. And then there's people that are like, yeah, he looks kind of shady. Maybe not. That's
Well,
what
street smart is knowing when and when not to do stuff.
exactly.
And
You
not get into blue vans.
Right.
Yeah. With bubble windows on the back.
I
No,
never
I-
had any. Hey, I didn't have any bubble windows.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
think,
you wanted them bubble windows.
no, that would have ruined his van.
Right.
He was not a bubble window man.
Was your
No.
gas
Listen.
pedal shaped like a foot?
No.
No.
Oh my God, you're so
Did you-
cheesy. You're
Did you
cheesing
have
him up.
the sticker? Ask gas or grass. Nobody
No.
rides for free.
You know
I
what?
remember that.
Yeah.
He created his own stuff. He didn't buy somebody's foot.
No.
So here's Dan, and his van was not weird. It's like maybe whoever was shotgun. It depended on who was shotgun. Am I
was
right?
It was usually Dennis.
And then there would be like, stand-ins, I still remember that one time, but I don't know. We all went to some.
You know where that term shotgun comes from?
I
What?
do.
I know Dan does.
What?
Where the term shotgun comes from.
What? Where's it come from?
You want the answer so quick.
Well, how many times you
Oh,
gonna make
she really
me
wants the answer.
Oh, I-
Stagecoaches.
I need to get that do music put on here.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, because
do.
back in
Yeah.
the 1800s, like with Wells Fargo and stuff, when they
Yeah, they rode
transport
shotgun.
stagecoaches,
They were-
the guys riding shotgun would carry a shotgun because they were
Yeah.
always robbed.
thank you,
See?
Alex.
There you go.
Well, Alex knew it.
That's what I'm saying. Like he just.
You know why?
confirmed-
Because he stays in school and he studies.
No.
No, that's
because
not
he
why
doesn't-
you know that.
Yeah. Alex is like, that's common knowledge.
He
What
is
those
our arbiter.
lady slickers.
They want you to
He is
fall
the
in line
arbiter of
just like
truth.
everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
See? I love our diversity of age.
Do you want to know how you can determine who's got street smarts in the world? You can get rid of one thing and it'll separate who does and who doesn't.
Let's
Yeah.
hear it.
That's true.
Take
I
that
got a
away
flip
and there
phone,
you
man.
go.
Did you say he has a flip phone? So there you go.
Hey, they make smart flip phones now.
Nope.
Don't, that will make his brain explode, Alex. Don't even
No.
tell him that.
No.
If he can't,
Imagine your flip phone being one whole screen. but
I'm,
it
I'm still
flips
looking
open.
for the any key, man.
listen,
Hey, if Rick could do it, he'd get a brick phone.
I would. Smoke
if he has
signals.
to, like, if he had the text just touching the letters that were intended instead of like he had to push it 2 times to get to B,
I'd be spelling weird shit.
Oh man, those were horrible days.
that's what he does.
Yeah.
Do you have?
That's why I
really?
don't like the text.
I don't blame you.
That's why he gives me 2-word text.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you doing? And he's like,
And then he
good
does
with a
it.
smiley
He does
face.
F you.
Yeah.
I wonder in the days of smoke signals
signals if there was a lot of like,
Spelling
the
errors.
signal would be sent, but that's a good one. Or like you didn't see the smoke, so you'd have to smoke signal what?
Yeah.
And then the other person would have to re-smoke the smoke signal.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
then
that could
they'd have
that
to
could be
put on there,
tedious.
could you smoke a little slower?
And then it
Yeah, there
started
you go,
raining,
like-
and then nobody knew what anybody was talking about.
Got
And then
halfway through the
different
message and
neighborhoods
it
had
rained.
different smoke dialect. Like some smoke looked different than other smoke.
Listen,
It had to be
The
tough.
angle of
It had
the
to be
camera
tough.
looks like Tracy's been smoking.
It does.
That had to be tough.
He's got that Walter Squinty eye going.
Yeah.
This phone's brutal. I'm like staring into the phone, the lights on.
Where's your
I'm
glasses? You
struggling.
would do better with the phone if you had your
Yeah, I
glasses.
probably have my glasses on. I'm
Throwing me off. The shirt kind of matches the couch or
It
whatever.
does.
sits
Yeah,
in
I
the
was going to
background.
say
There's
something
dots
about
everywhere.
that too.
I got my camouflage.
Yeah, with that throw
I
on
got my
top.
camo.
Don't say
Yeah, I
it
got the
because I know
camo
what you're
MO.
thinking.
This always sort of gets bunched up.
What are you doing?
I would laugh if he answered back.
I want to see the pets. We never see the pets.
Yeah. We think it's a figment of your imagination.
No,
It's like,
See, it's worse than having tots.
I think Rick's
it's
afraid
like
of
Norm
him.
on Cheers, his wife. You never saw the wife.
On where?
Remember Norm on Cheers? You never saw Norm's wife.
Oh yeah, right. Yep.
Or what did
Even show her
Cliff
even
used
one
to call
time.
him? Nami.
Did they show her ever?
Nami. I don't think so.
That's a good question.
If they did, I don't remember if they did that, if they ever did that. I don't remember.
Hey, I met Norm's sister before. The guy that played Norm.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? I
George
met.
Wendt.
Yeah, I met her in Hamilton, Ohio. We were
Oh,
doing.
okay.
Max and I was doing something down there, and it was weird because
Yeah.
it was a big group of people. It was like 50 of 50,
Uh-huh.
50 people that we were working with, and somebody had said, hey, have you ever worked with what George Wendt is it?
Yes.
Yeah, have you ever
Yeah.
worked with George Wendt? And he says no, not that he remembers. And he said that's his sister over there. So the sister ended up coming over by us and talking to us for a while.
That's cool.
She looked just like him,
Really?
but as a girl, but it was a girl. Very nice, super nice.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
was
not
surprised to find out that they were from Beverly neighborhood.
They were?
Yeah, I
My husband's aunt
always
still
was
lives in
surprised by
Beverly.
that.
My husband's aunt still lives in Beverly.
Who does?
My husband's aunt still lives in the Beverly neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
So she lived there for a while in Hamilton. So she must have got married and then moved down there.
Yeah. I
Where
get
is Hamilton? Is that
Hamilton, I was just
What's
about
that?
to say it actually. It's right by Cincinnati, Ohio, right across the river from Cincinnati.
south. Oh, it's south. Okay.
Yeah, Cincinnati was at its peak was a big they built machines, big machines. Do you remember
Okay.
do you remember ever in when you were in Argo, did you ever do any kind of metal shop?
No.
Well, there were machines called Cincinnati's, and they were
Oh,
big,
is that-
giant cast, lathes and mills and stuff, and they were stamped Cincinnati on it because that's where they were made. So the nickname Cincinnati, that machine became the Cincinnati, but it really wasn't. It was like a mill or something.
Okay.
But anyhow,
Never knew-
Cincinnati
never knew-
was
Wow.
huge in making big metal working machines. And when a lot of that went overseas, Cincinnati, like, took a dive. Well,
Yeah.
and then Hamilton,
Part of the Rust Belt.
right, exactly. And Hamilton was right across the river from Cincinnati. And Hamilton used to build all the screws, nuts and bolts for the city of Cincinnati. So when
Oh, wow.
Cincinnati went under, it dragged Hamilton under too.
Oh, right.
So while we were there, we got invited by the mayor of Hamilton. And actually the reason we were I'm all over the place with it. But Max's show, Sons and Daughters, was fictionally filmed in Hamilton, Ohio.
Oh.
Which the writer of the show just kind of made it up. He never lived there. He didn't know anybody that lived there. He just picked that town to say that's where this was being filmed. But the people of Hamilton was watching the show and invited us out there. So we were invited to meet all these people from Hamilton, Ohio.
It's really cool.
So,
Oh, wow.
and then anyways, George Wendt's sister happened to live there.
I don't know where anybody famous lives.
Well, what was really interesting while we were there, this would have been, I'm guessing 2005, maybe 2006. And they had an initiative called Hamilton 2020. Or no, I'm sorry. It was called Vision 2020. So it was like 15 years from the date that we were there. And it was visioning, taking the city of Hamilton and turning it from a manufacturing town into a destination to vacation. So it was pretty cool that they were going to change the whole look of the city to turn from manufacturing to a destination.
Huh. Unbelievable. Yeah.
That's
Like
good.
So Max and I was talking about it one day.
That's amazing.
And we were thinking about going back there to see how it ended up, because it's like I said, it's, right now it's like 17 years have passed. In 2020, obviously passed, and to see how far they got with their plan, because they showed us the plans and everything of what they were doing. It was cool stuff.
That sounds like a show's road trip.
Yeah, right.
Get a van.
There's no more vans.
How do you know?
There's no more Dan.
I've got 2 tractors though.
There we go.
Let's go. No, don't
I
go.
got a Suburban, not a Suburban.
Tracy, did your screen freeze?
Trailblazer.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
And speaking of Ohio, did you hear that IBM, they're actually building a massive plant or a massive plant for chips in Ohio?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I guess you could say some manufacturing's coming back in a way.
Well, the town that we were in, Hamilton, the population literally was cut in half. They had like 1,500,000 or something, and when we were there, they were down to like 750,000.
Wow.
So they lost a lot of people because there were no jobs there.
Economic crash.
Yep.
Well, that's Michigan was pretty bad.
Well, yeah, that's the whole car manufacturing.
I don't know. We live in the most expensive state almost.
Well, we do, but we also have jobs
That's true.
and decent paying ones too.
Yeah, I don't understand how the people don't work. I don't understand. Even places where I've worked and they're like, oh yeah, no, there's a shortage of, you can't hire people, and then people work and they're like, yeah, I'm going to go home early. Like, how do you guys pay your bills? Like, how do people do that?
Well, you know what, Gina? If you go down 65th Street now, that coming off of Harlem down the street from Argo, when we were growing up, that whole area was full of manufacturing.
True.
They were building everything there. Not a lot of big stuff. There were a couple buildings that were built really.
Oh, Viscase was over there.
But yeah, there was a lot of manufacturing.
I worked with a guy at World's Finest that was at Viscase for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah, he was there
necessarily
a lot.
all warehouse either. It was actually manufacturing. So they were decent paid jobs. But if you
Back
go
in
down
the early 1950s, my mom and dad met at Lady Esther Cosmetics. My mom started working there out of high school, and then my dad ended up getting a job there, and that's how they met. He worked the dock, and she was doing order fulfillment, and that's how they met.
Wow. Yeah, well.
But
yeah.
if you go down that street today, it's all brand new buildings and it's all warehouse. They don't make anything now.
Yeah, a lot of warehousing on that 65th Street these days.
Yep, it's almost all.
Well,
Yeah.
I hung around with, the Dyer Supercharges and that over there. Wasn't that used to be over on that street?
I thought they were on 63rd.
Yeah, they were on
Oh, they were
63rd
on
over by Archer.
Well,
Yeah.
I
I
hung
never
around with
did
the
get a
son.
Dyer shirt.
Yeah.
You
I
never
hung
had a
around
Dyer
with-
shirt?
Yeah.
Never did.
Oh, that sucks. I had a couple of them.
Yeah, I always thought they were cool.
Yeah, but I hung
That
around
was-
with the son.
What was the son's name? I forget.
Terry?
Pardon?
Terry?
Oh, Terry Dyer, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I imagine they were pretty good mechanics, but boy, those shirts were awesome.
671 street blower.
They used to take blowers off of like a diesel truck and then transform them into a blower for a car.
Wow.
They would take them and grind them and sand them and put new rotors in them.
Yeah, they were no joke.
Build these really cool belt drives.
Man, that would have been a hell of a cool show to put on cable.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
And then they started mass producing them. B&M started mass producing blowers.
Yeah.
And then people were buying those.
Yeah.
And the little ones were actually more efficient than those giant ones that they were transforming from the trucks. So I think that's what kind of put them out of business.
Right. Then it was just more like a specialty shop. Or so
Absolutely. It was really for
for
gearheads.
custom stuff, right?
And actually they did do stuff for trucks too, though. But I mean, not high performance, just they would rebuild blowers for the diesel trucks.
My mom's uncle, I don't know, they created some kind of a part for semi trucks, and I couldn't tell you what it is, but they were the only people that made this, and it improved things for truck drivers. So they did very well, being the only people that they could go to for that, whatever it was. But when you find something, go with it.
I did
Oh, yeah.
work. I did work in it was like right in between Burr Ridge and Willow Springs. I forgot which town it was actually in, but it was this beautiful house, and the garage was probably bigger. I'm sure it was bigger than my house. And he was an immigrant, but what he did was he started a you guys might not know what it is, but I'll tell you. A torque converter. Torque converters are in a transmission, and it's kind of a clutching system for an automatic transmission. Well, he was an immigrant that had a small machine shop, and he started making these torque converters, and he ended up getting a contract with GM.
Ah,
So he ended
Oh,
up
wow.
making like all of the torque converters for GM at one time. So that's why he had this beautiful mansion house.
was this back in the
Nope.
70s?
No, this would have been I mean, he when he was manufacturing them, but he was still making them when I did work for him.
Okay.
But when you when you went into his house, he would have these torque converters, but they were all gold plated. So it was pretty cool stuff. I did some work for some
wow.
really cool, interesting people.
It's pretty cool.
I'll bet. It was like for the rich and famous, more or less.
Yeah, and then I think I told you this that I did work for the Bobacks, the
Yeah.
sausage people.
Didn't you make that like one thing or something? You made something for them that they designed, but wasn't it like, I don't want to call it a statue, but
Not the candlestick holder. That was someone else.
oh, okay.
No, I
That's
made
nice.
entertainment centers for them,
Oh well.
and a really cool bed for one of their kids. They
Yeah.
were in the kids were into cowboys, so I went and got fence posts for a regular fence,
Uh-huh.
and then I got you know what paper birch is? It's the birch trees that have the white, and then it
Yeah,
looks like
it's
they're
like a peeling.
yeah, it looks like it's peeling off.
It looks like
So I
it's
ended up
Yeah, right.
yeah, I ended up building a bedroom set out of those logs and that paper birch.
wow.
It was cool.
Wow. Yeah.
Expensive.
Neat.
That's
And
cool.
Dan's kids got like bunk beds from J.C. Penney. I'm just kidding.
They actually weren't for J.C. Penney. They were from Sam's Club.
Yeah, they say the cobbler's kids have no shoes. So there you go.
Yeah. Have your customary markup on that.
Yeah, if you ever go in my house, you'll see my house is a small house, but has really rich stuff in it.
There you go. That's how it's supposed to be.
Like I have like a lot of built-ins and
Right.
things like that. The same stuff I would build for these big homes, I would build them for myself, but smaller to fit in my house.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at all my
That's
oak
fair.
cabinets and I don't know what to do with them. I don't like them anymore. But you can't buy oak.
Oh,
like-
wow.
I don't like the color.
What color are they?
That
Light
oak-
brown?
Yeah. I like cherry. I don't know. We'll have to do something so I can sell this place one of these days.
You could just buy doors.
Yeah, that's true. But man, they stand the test of time, but it's not all modern.
See, the trouble with
Yep.
going with cherry's dated.
It is.
If you stick with like a medium oak,
Yeah.
it's gonna be in season. It's gonna be in style forever.
Right, because this is like kind of like that like brown that's like orangey, but not really. You know what I'm talking about?
Like a honey oak or something, maybe they call it.
No, honey oak probably would even be lighter, but I don't know. It's not bad, but it's
Go with Brazilian
it's dated.
beechwood.
Brazilian
I'm like-
beaver.
You see
Beaver.
people like painting oak cabinets. Marty's like, I'll never put paint on any of this kind of wood. That's a sin. He's like, I'll never do that.
Actually, I've built some stuff where I took oak, put a finish on them, then I would rough up the finish, paint them white, then scuff them up with sandpaper,
Right.
and then stain them again, and then put a finish over them. And then when I was done, they looked antique.
Kind of like a patina, huh?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I like that look.
Yeah, that is pretty
That's
cool.
why I like to have like a farmhouse and have it decorated like that.
Yeah.
Dan, when you were doing any woodwork, did you ever do it? What the trick is where they like torch the wood and then you take like a rag and like smear it and then you like stain it so it leaves.
Oh,
like, it gives it like that tiger pattern almost they call it.
Well, I've done
torch it,
a lot of that actually.
You rub it
In
in.
the 1970s, when I first got into woodworking, it was the late 70s. The Spanish style furniture was really still popular.
Yeah.
So instead of staining wood, we would take a torch and torch the wood and actually get it to peel.
Huh.
And then we would take brushes or if we wanted a darker finish, we would use like a brush on it and then knock off all the soot. And if we wanted a lighter finish, we would use like a wire brush. So we would get all the different tones and finish from depending on what we took the soot off with. And then we would
tricks
would-
are pretty cool.
and we wouldn't do any stain at all. We would just take a clear lacquer and put over it when we were done.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That is
My
cool.
dad had a friend that painted his tanks for his motorcycles. And he did this thing, everything he did was I think I told you guys before, he pinstriped like freehand. He didn't do the stickers or anything like that. And he'd make designs. So he had like the shallow tank, but I guess whatever technique he did, he would take an eraser through wherever design he was doing. And however he did it, he, put the paint on wherever the eraser was, like made this effect. The eraser wasn't on there anymore, but however it like protected it or whatever, but it was really cool. I wish that I could show you, it would be easier to understand what I'm saying, but the different techniques people, do is kind of amazing. Like you would never think something.
Well,
You
that's
watch,
like true artists. That's a true
Yeah.
artist does stuff like that.
have you ever watched Counting Cars?
Oh yeah.
Ryan,
Danny?
the painter?
Danny the Count.
Yeah, and Ryan, though, the painter.
Yeah,
That cat can lay down some paint.
that's
I
what
mean,
this guy was.
Have you ever seen the show American Restoration? Where people bring stuff in, like they might bring in like a 40s Coke machine and
Uh-huh.
they fully restore it. They just
I've
everything's
seen parts of
original and
that,
fully
yeah.
restore it.
yeah,
Back to its fame.
there's money in that too.
Yeah. But yeah, this guy was unbelievable what he used to do.
I'll
And
bet
then
you.
he just I ended up having like a sign shop, like he would do signs. So he even was in a motorcycle accident and broke both of his hands and still painted
Wow.
like unbelievably. Even after it healed. Like that's a real artist. Like now your hands are kind of like, that arthritic kind of like, you know what I mean? Still straight
Well,
lines.
it's like if you watch people with airbrushes too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, Jesus, where'd that come from?
Yep.
Well, that was really popular in the 70s. The airbrushed vans.
Yeah.
They'd have these
Well,
beautiful.
you watch
Huh?
on Count's Customs, they got Horny Mike that does the airbrushing. And it's unbelievable. The
Remember when
skulls.
you could go to the mall and get like the airbrush t-shirts? I mean,
Yeah.
that's like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
well, so just think of all the people, all the artists out there tagging walls, not tagging walls, but like spray painting and doing graffiti, but the stuff that they come up with, like just imagine that.
We watch some of them guys on YouTube too that do the 3D.
Yeah.
Like the one guy built a bridge across someone's yard on the sidewalk, and it actually looks like
Yeah.
the depth, and
With the chalk and yeah.
it looks like you're gonna fall in.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
It's pretty
amazing.
cool.
Oh.
But just think if people would not be, painting trains, what could they do? Like if they're that talented, they probably do that in a matter of like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
It's
Right. Yeah, right.
You're like, okay, look what you're doing. Do you know how talented you are?
Getting back to the whole 3D thing, I seen a story, and you guys may have seen it. It was going around on Facebook for a while, and it was a YouTube video of a town that took and would draw big potholes in their streets so people would drive slow
Yeah.
because they would.
Oh, wow.
They were so realistic
No
that
kidding.
it looked
Wow.
like they were these giant potholes.
Uh,
I think that's cool.
oh, that's very cool. Wow. Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. at
I'd be the
how-
person that
Yeah.
would
Someone
be
could do
like afraid to walk over the thing and trip because I got dizzy and it was just like
Yeah.
on the street.
Wow.
That is cool.
All right.
So-
What do you think? Wrap it
Yeah.
up?
I
Yeah.
think we did good.
Do you think we did?
Yeah, it was a good show.
We didn't even have to cuss.
Anybody want to go over anything before we close her down?
Any last words?
Alex, when are you gonna start yours? Do you have a
I
date?
gotta start mine. I want to get one decent camera, whether it's like a GoPro or just a regular camera to go beyond what I have with my laptop. But my goal is within the next week.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. I got everything set up with Anchor and Spotify, and I'm gonna probably do I'm gonna do a video audio, so I'm gonna do both.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I still got to do the whole Anchor thing because I want to put this on different platforms.
You should. I've been watching a lot of videos on it. It looks like they make it about as easy as possible.
Yeah, it looks pretty easy. So
If Marty can have a YouTube channel and monetize it with an iPhone and not doing any editing on a computer or anything, have 4,000 something followers.
yeah, he's got a lot.
Imagine what you guys could do with the equipment you have. So,
All right, guys.
all right.
All right.
Until we meet again.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it was always a pleasure, guys.
All right.
Night.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Good night, everybody.
Have a
Good
good
night.
Bye.
holiday
Have a great
weekend.
holiday weekend, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, the judges don't come in till Tuesday.
Oh, great.
Good to
Well,
know.
that's just a PSA.
Thank you
All right.
for that.
You're welcome.
All right, fade to
All right.
black.
All right, be good.
Bye.
Guys.